Hey, there's a notification from my school. Let me know that our spring break just got extended.
Nice. Like you. All right. uh, let's see. When we last left off, we had taken camp in the hopes of finding our employer, Halfling. We had gotten pretty far into the woods and decided to set up camp. We had a watch, heard a noise, so went ahead and checked on that. 6 goblins apparently had been attacked. We weren't sure, so decided altogether to find out who. Met up with a little band of Redhorn. The leader was Sula, the half elf, was it? Anyways, she and the rest of the Redhorn have their own fort going on for them. She sent us that way, and they've been commissioned to take care of, I suppose, pest control in this area for Teleburg and everyone between. Met a Minotaur who runs the fort. She allowed us to take camp near the walls. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get in due to reasons. It's alright. As long as we have safety, it doesn't matter. Had a watch. Rose got thrown over the wall. What else happened? We woke up the next morning and decided to continue following that band of 6 goblins in hopes of finding our employer in their what seems to be a base camp. Whether or not Mr. Halfling will be there is uncertain. But we debated over a plan, and hopefully, if all goes well, Rhodus will have an army. I'll have found our target, and we will be set to go. And on a side note, it seems we've had some extra air to clear with a few of our other party members. Personally, I will attempt to be considerate since we are all traveling together. But I'm also curious to see how the rest will prove their worth that they are hoping to convince us that they have. Well, they've survived thus far on their own, so isn't too much to doubt, I suppose. And I suppose that's a wrap. I am tired. Forgive me for repeating. Sorry. Let's get on with this. And that ends my recap.
Sure. With that, you can take an inspiration.
Yay!
So, to your night of resting by the Redhorn Fort, you made your way north following the Goblin track after their recent raid to take back what was once theirs. Following the trails, you eventually decided to move with the largest path in hopes of finding more leads as to perhaps what would have happened to you. Eventually, followed this middle path, you stumbled upon what seems to be a large goblin camp. A number of their forces most likely lived here, and from what you can tell, a number of them still likely remain. Those that die in the or those that perhaps did not go in the first. As you stare out, it is late day, though the sun is... Or no, actually no, it's not even midday yet. You guys just woke up like 2 or 3 hours ago.
Yep.
So about a midday, the sun piercing through what it can of the dense foliage of the trees. I am to assume that you had a plan.
Yeah, our quick plan was the setup of having Grotus distract the goblins by going in old orc chief style and having good old Gallo sneak in the back while I distract all the gobbies.
I will say, Moonstone is right now currently working on his gauntlet.
Okay.
Just for flavor. Sorry.
Sure. No. So, if Gallo is going to attempt to sneak around while Grotus acts as a distraction, Grotus, you stare down what seems to be the last of the...
Moonstone was just gonna pop over to Grotus and say, "Hey, by the way, I thought about it for a minute. These goblins probably don't know what tabaxi is. If I walk up with you, they may not think me as an enemy."
Well, I suppose that could work, but I'd rather not risk you up there. You're better off in the support background. You're not. You're not exactly the hardiest, are you, there, Moonstone?
I'm actually fairly decent. Listen, I wear this for a reason, and he clocks on his armor. Besides, I got some things that are better if I,
Do you speak orc or goblin?
I speak Undercommon.
Probably not the top of language, honestly. They'll be lucky enough if they understand orc.
Well, hold on. Looking through my spells, what did I prepare today? Not that one. Okay, never mind. I mean, I suppose you're right, but it's still not a bad idea to have someone there to back you up, make you look a bit more intimidating.
Grotus looks himself up and down. I think I'll be pretty intimidating on my own. But I appreciate the concern. As I said, no, I think this is our best bet with you in the back. Besides, as he looks around, if I do go down, I think you're the only person that can pick me back up at the moment. I'd rather not have you go down up there.
I mean, I'm probably not wrong. Alright, worst comes to where I can sprint out there and get you back up.
Aye. Julius, you're all ready for it, right?
Sorry, repeat that?
You're all ready for the plan, right?
Yes, I'm quite ready.
Good. Do you want to get in position first, Gallo, before I go out in front? Circle the camp. Also, just so we know if things go shit up belly, should we have a code word for me to shout out so you know to get the hell out?
Babaloo.
I believe run
Yeah,
run might be sufficient enough.
I tell you what. If you hear me say my full name, Grotus Emberbeard, in a loud voice, that'll be the key. Otherwise, I'll just keep calling him Grotus. I don't want them to know my last name since it's rather obvious dwarvish.
I mean, I was just thinking that if you need a warning sign, you could just a peculiar whistle, maybe. Can you whistle out?
It's not that I can't whistle. I'm just trying to figure out how to put it in a way of conversation so the goblins don't suspect me immediately.
I mean,
how the hell are we gonna hear conversation if we're not close enough?
That's why
30 feet.
Maybe you can threaten to turn one of them into a meat pie. Yeah?
That's actually not bad, except that, again, I'll be speaking in orc most likely, so...
Alright, well, what's meat pie in orc?
I think our best bet, as I said, if you hear me shout my full name out to him, Or along the lines, my name is Grotus Emberbeer, and you'll fucking listen to me. Because, you know, my name is in Orc Common or whatever is my name.
And that's when Julius and I are gonna give you some cover fire.
And Gallo gets the hell out of the camp. Gallo, do you got a sign you can tell me if you find a group so I can get out? Yeah, can you do buttered coals or anything?
I can take care of that. I'll keep a close eye on Gallo, and I will signal, and I'll look at Xavier with a whistle if needed.
Will nod his head towards Kessex. If worse comes to worse, I will just shoot an arrow into the air.
Moonstone, what would you want?
Well, I was about to say, if I go with them, I can just... And he pulls out a bit of copper wire and cast message.
Problem is, your armor, and he'll tap on it, isn't quite as sneaky as you would like it to be.
It's not, but I can always take it off.
Yeah, other case. We're all gonna be with... you said the village is what? Like, how long from one tree line to the other would you say is, Chris?
Probably... I would probably say around 150 feet.
Okay, so you should be able to reach Gallo at least with your message. In that case, Moonstone, just keep Gallo up to date with what's going on with me. You should be able to reach him with your... as long as you stay in the tree line, you should be able to message him.
What is the range on message, just so I know in the future?
120, I believe.
20? Okay.
I believe so. Let me just double check. There it is. Oh, BRB.
120.
Okay. Yeah, 120, so... won't be able to reach the other end of the tree line, but should be able to reach the majority of the goblin village if it's 120, 150 between tree line to tree line, roughly.
And DM question.
Yes?
So, if I'm remembering correctly, this camp is unfenced.
Yes.
And there's about 24 tents and a campfire somewhere over there. Is there anything else to note? Like, are there like little
Not that
places
you guys
where
got on your
animals-
perception checks, unfortunately.
Okay. So for
right,
purposes, there's the... We'll say that's the outline. That's roughly the camp you're sneaking into. So
Yep.
Grotus will come in here. We'll have Xavier, Moonstone, and Julius on this side. And on this side, we'll have Kessex. And we will have... I think it was right where I put it. Good work, Dylan. And Gallows on this side to sneak in, so he can sneak in while I distract all the goblins with my great amazingness of being a big orc.
Okay. Just to make something clear, like I said, it's 150 feet from tree line to tree line. Unless the other three are stealthing as well, you're not gonna... You gotta be a distance away.
Okay, that is fair.
You want to keep out of sight lines.
We'll keep the other three about 30. What would be safe? Would we know what's safe? 60, 30 feet back in the tree line?
I'd say, yeah, an additional 30 feet back in the tree line should be fine without triggering stealth checks unless something tips them off.
Okay.
Also, as a note, there is a river running behind the camp.
Oh, okay. So we have like a river going like behind the camp like this, or behind the camp like this?
Second one.
Second one. So it's not. We don't have to cross a river to get to the around the camp. Okay. That's good. That actually gives you guys an escape plan if you got to dive into the river to get away.
Quick, drown! They'll never kill you. It's a blood hunter's only defense.
Can't be killed if you do it first. They'll never take me alive.
That's what Mollymock learned.
I was about to say, I think that is just the blood hunter class. You can't kill me if I do it myself.
What'd I miss?
Nothing, we were just discussing the plan. There's a river behind this way. That line here is a river. So,
okay.
That's all we get. So we got Gallo. So this is the setup. You three back here, 30 feet back from the tree line, so you don't have to measure stealth checks. I'll go in loud and proud. Hopefully the goblins understand enough orc, or one of them understands orc, that I can make myself known. It's at least a decent chance, since orcs and goblins tend to, in general, interact. There's no guarantee it'll work, but if it doesn't work, Grotus would like to go to Gallo and ask for a couple key phrases in Goblin just so he can repeat the basics to get them out there.
Also, it might be good to also know, like, what are these sort of like? Hey, they're saying, let's just kill this guy.
We're gonna do language lessons in the middle of the forest here.
Yeah.
We don't have.
Language let's know, but I should be able to learn a phrase. That's all I'm going for.
Sure, Gallo. I'll say you can choose one phrase to tell Grotus in Goblin.
One phrase.
Yes.
Oh no.
Grotus would have a suggestion if you want to hear it.
Could he do just keywords as we kind of were planned? We're like, keywords that it doesn't have to be a full sentence because you never really need one. You just need like 5 words, and like one is like, I don't know, if they are conspiring or if they like you versus what your goal is generally.
Basically, Grotus is just trying to intimidate. I need the basic keywords Grotus needs is bring leader, speak orc, or who speak orc. Bring leader, who speak orc is really what I need so Grotus can intimidate. Because if we can find a goblin that speaks orc, we're okay. If we got a goblin that don't speak orc, then Grotus is just going to have to be big and physical to try to intimidate them.
You could literally just say, who speaks orc?
Yeah, that's what it's who speak orc, yeah.
You can leave out the leader part because you're going to be essentially the leader anyways.
Yep, but that's why I want the leader there, so I can possibly have to crush his skull.
And then also probably like the word kill, so then you can, because you can tell by tone, you don't have to know the language, but if they want to like kill you.
Yeah, body language will go a long way.
So would that be permissible, Chris?
You're just trying to teach him one phrase, right? It's
Yeah,
just
we're just
Goblin.
trying to teach you bring who speaks orc. That's all I need to learn. Everything else I can figure out by
Sure,
body tone.
you can say that and do what you need with it.
Okay.
Right.
Yes, if-
Gallo will we will teach him the 3 words and make sure that he repeats it back to him with passable accent, so it's actually comprehensible.
Okay.
Again, it's 3 words. I should be able to handle it. My guy's not an idiot. He's actually pretty smart.
No, it's
Yeah.
not that. It's in terms of the accent.
I don't think the accent matters. It's just
Yeah.
the words are understandable.
Yeah. He wants to make sure that even if the accent sucks, I guess it's just, again, yeah.
It's basically I'm not speaking like full-blown Cockney where I'm like, oi, what you all do, no, bro? Go and head down to the house and go to Jimmy boy. Like that fucking bullshit where you don't know what the fuck they're saying despite they're speaking English.
Sure.
So, a passable goblin accent.
Sure. Well, sure, whatever.
But like I said, just 3 words. That doesn't matter about the accent. Just understand.
All right. So he teaches Gotus the words, and after that he will look around everyone else. Just any last words before Kessex and I start heading around the perimeter.
Just keep yourself safe.
You all as well. Don't do anything stupid. And he'll start walking off, and he'll nod to Kessex.
I mean, I'm a smart person, you know. You really think I'm going to do something stupid?
Okay, so Kessex and Gallo are attempting to stealth around to the riverside of the camp before Grotus is.
Yeah, they're gonna
talking?
sneak around in the back, take a wide circle around to try not to cause any issues.
Yeah, and they don't have to stay too close to the tree line. It's really just they just need to walk over to the other side.
Okay. As a note, I was attempting to make this clear earlier. There isn't really a tree line on the other side because there's a river.
Oh, okay. So it's not a circle or a tree line. Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, they'll
That's
go
what
as
the
far
replan.
to the. They'll just go to as far to the tree line as they can.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll end a bit on like the northeastern
Yeah,
side of it.
exactly. They don't have to be completely the opposite direction of me, and then I'll just wander to the other side of the tree line, so we're in opposite directions still. So, right. So basically, we
Okay.
can still have that crisscross. It's just I come in from a different angle, so they're still looking away from them as much as possible.
And I'm gonna try to position myself kind of in between them, so that way I can still get out to Grotus if needed, but I'm still able to relay messages from what's going on.
Yeah, that seems fair. So again, well, just to draw it out, there's the camp, there's the tree line with the river. Grotus comes here with and then we have Julius and Moonstone here, Xavier, and then we have Gallo and Kelsic there, and that's the setup then, right? I come in here, Moonstone does relay messaging, trying to keep us both as much as he can 120 feet for both of us.
Okay, sure.
Okay, that's what we got.
All right, so if you're going to attempt to do it before any distraction is there, to get around the other side, I will need to...
Okay. I guess for both of us.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, joy.
Ah, good.
Well, I
Oh,
can
boy.
give up. Can I give my inspiration to frickin'...
Yep, as I said, you guys can expend inspiration on anything you wish.
I will expend mine on Sir Odd, and if you want to spend yours again, there, Zaku.
How much was it? D8?
Oh,
Oh, wait,
good.
no, I
just rolled
just
again.
roll
Just
again,
Why
Okay,
is that
24.
vastly better?
yeah. Okay,
24 and
okay.
16.
Those are passable.
Okay. So, as the two of you start to make your way around the eastern side of the camp, you look through and are easily able to see a number of the tents and small living quarters these creatures have. As you start kind of walking around the eastern side, you are able to spot a couple of them. Goblinoids. Mostly eating, resting, nursing wounds, whatever they may be. For the sake of this, both of you roll a perception check.
Okay.
19, nice.
19. Okay. Sir Odd, you're focused on your own movements right now.
Yeah, I'm watching my feet.
Yes, it's very much you're being as precautious as possible, and it clearly shows through the grace in which you are moving. Gallo, you are able to see a bit into the camp, not far from the fire. You do notice what seemed to be a large number of supplies, most likely taken off wagons, judging by the insignias on the sides of what seem to be maybe casks or barrels, as well as the general difference in quality between that and a number of the housing structures you see. You can assume it to be perhaps bounty from what they have stolen. You also start to notice that the goblins are not alone in their defense of this. You see dotted throughout thick coats of gray and black fur of what seem to be wolves.
Ooh, fun. Okay. Gallo will put on his cloak. He will don his hood, and his cloak will cover his body.
Okay.
So there are wolves around. Do I see like the number just from where I'm standing?
A 19. I will say, as you try to like peer between some of the houses and that, you are able to see that there seem to be probably a handful of goblins, 3 or 4 around that central fire. And kind of dotting around the camp, you see maybe another 5, as well as probably 3 or so wolves.
Are they closer to my end or to Groder's end?
They're definitely closer to give a general idea. This is, since you got a high enough perception, this is what the camp.
I see
Oh my
black.
god, it's black.
Oh, is it? My bad.
It's all
We have nothing
darkness.
but the void.
Hold
Somebody cast darkness.
on. This is
Me
what
when
the
I
camp
walk
looks like.
into. Wait.
Oh.
Ah, there we go.
Chris, I cannot tell with my low perception how many of these goblins look like fighters and how many of them are just regular ass goblins. Can I?
As far as you know, a lot of goblin knows how to stab a man.
Alright.
Are the
Not a
wolves
difficult
on...
profession.
No, it is not.
Are the wolves on leashes, or are they just kind of like walking around free?
From what you see of the... Oh, sorry, you only spot two. From what you see of two of them, they seem to mostly be free. You notice one right by the goblin that seems to be keeping watch by this front entrance of sorts. That seems to be most likely either a mount or pet. Another not far from the storage. With a 19, it's hard to tell, but you would assume that he's probably free as well.
Okie doke. Can we get our tokens? Yay! Alright. Well,
You're
the way,
still
I'm
going to be
gonna-
farther away. You don't want to enter into the camp yet, right? Because you want to wait for Grotus to stop
Yeah.
drawing on the map, please.
yeah, I'm trying to delete it, sorry.
I'm going to, by the way, as they're doing this, I'm going to just message Gallows and just be like, "Alright, mate, what do you see?" I mean, not Grotus, Gallo.
You said
Let's
Gal.
see.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, I did.
3 goblins by the camps, 1 wolf that is by stock. There is 1 goblin by the entrance with another wolf, and 5 other goblins that I can see from my position. There could be more.
I'll relay that to Grotus and Xavier.
Grotus kind of nods. Okay, it looks like they're in position. I'm gonna get started here. And Grotus will step forward loud and proud.
Okay.
And in Goblin, walks towards the camp, speaking who speak orc.
So, you begin your stroll towards the front of the camp. Front of the camp is more this spot.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I was saying the river, which you can kind of see back here, is exact opposite. As you begin, there's this very quick... you watch the wolf immediately kind of like start to rise from its position. This low, just growl towards you. The goblin itself immediately like starts drawing back a bow. You say the line. You very much hear the goblin kind of look towards you. The bow, shaft and shambles, short bow still drawn. Just seemingly, most likely, perhaps understanding, but not relenting easily.
I gotta
Uh,
stay. Oh, sorry.
Nope, it's fine. You get a sense, yeah, you spoke Goblin to it. It probably understood that. It probably doesn't understand Orcish.
I was hoping he'd look for someone. Grotus kind of looks at him crossed-arm and kind of looks large and intimidating as possible, and once again speak out, "Speak orc." Who? Trying to make himself understood that he's trying to find a goblin speak orc.
Sure. During this, I'm imagining you're not drawing weapons or anything.
Not at the moment, no, I'm just in my armor.
Well,
Cool.
what about your runes?
My runes are always active.
Okay.
You notice immediately as like the goblin kind of calls to you, you calling back and attempting to talk in almost a boisterous voice. A number of the other goblins seemingly start to kind of take note, and you kind of start to watch a few of them move forward. You order the second line. What language are you ordering the second line?
Oh, speak orc. Like someone. I need.
Yeah. What language is that you're speaking that?
Oh, that's in Goblin still. I'm still saying who speaks orc in Goblin. Basically, I'm just repeating the phrase I was taught by.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm looking for a translator. It's like, I'm that foreigner. He's like, do you sprechen Sie English? That's what
I
I'm doing.
understand. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I'm going out sprechen Sie English.
Sure. You hear once again a number of the goblins talking amongst themselves. talking amongst themselves. Eventually, you kind of hear one of them, this center one, kind of step forward. Kind of hear him in that like slow, kind of not slow, but kind of quick speaking, guttural tongue. Just no one speak Orc here. Human tongue and goblin tongue.
He looks up at you. Fair enough, as he says in human tongue, common.
Sure. You notice that they're also brandishing weapons, and it's like, "What's a greenie like you want?"
Ooh, that's harsh. That's a no word.
Is this loud enough for the rest of us to hear?
Yeah, you'd be able to kind of make out the conversation from a distance.
Grotus walks, takes a forceful step forward with a glow. Is like, I'm looking for an area here. I heard goblins were in the area. Figured you could use a bit of assistance here.
Kind of stares you down. Greenie's offering goblin assistance?
Aye!
What you want?
Oh, a fair share in the loot and plunder is all. And just kind of to show him the intimidation fact, I'm going to activate my Isil rune and my muscles will grow from a blue glowing energy.
Sure. For the sake of it, just make an intimidation check.
Yep, get those at advantage.
And,
Does anybody else picture Bane from the like old Batman movie? You know.
Yes!
Am I using my charisma score or am I using my strength score? Just so I know.
This one, I'd say it'd be charisma.
Charisma, fair enough. I still get my advantage roll, so it's something. Where is my intimidation? There it is. 17.
17. Kinda. They look towards you. It's clear in that moment that you do it. Like, they all tense up just for that instance. The wolf kind of, like, clearly is ready to attempt to move on you, but nobody kind of bites the bullet and takes the first. You kind of hear one of the goblins turn to kind of the ones on its side, and once again, in that quick tongue, just points behind it, and you watch the goblin kind of like keep an eye on you for a moment before it's moving further into the back of the camp.
As he's saying that, Moonstone will message Gallo and just be like, "Did you hear that? And can you translate?"
Could Gallo hear that?
You're about 100 feet from it.
Probably
Okay.
not.
And it's being generous. So probably, almost certainly not.
Okay. If anything, I would like to note that Gallo would both be watching out for if the attention of all the goblins, at least the ones near him, are keeping their attention towards Grotus or their eye line anywhere else but towards himself. And if he can hear some conversation happening, like at least with these dudes by the campfire maybe, or this dude over here that's kind of straying by the tent, he will listen in.
Okay. If the ones at the campfire were having a conversation, it's very much stopping as this goblin is approaching them.
Okay.
The one by himself was not talking to himself. But you very much get sense roll perception. Also, Cassix, you can put yourself up in that corner if you like. Gallo.
Make a
Oh yeah. All Kessex is really going to be doing this entire time is just staying within about 30 feet of Gallo.
Sure.
Hiding as much as he can.
Sure.
You said roll perception?
Yes, would be a perception check.
20.
Just for general kind of seeing where their attention is mostly hitting.
God, you are a fucking crit machine in this
Yeah.
game.
With a 24, kind of looking for it, they do seem to just very focus on focusing now on what is the immediate danger. You imagine, unless something else presents itself, they probably won't switch to it, so to say.
Okay. Gallo's gonna wait because it looks like one had very made a specific movement heading towards the biggest tent in the camp. He's gonna wait and see if maybe he'll go inside it and bring someone
Sure.
out. If nothing else happens within the next couple minutes, and if Grotus doesn't make any more moves, then he's gonna start heading in. If he sees opportunity in which his visibility is lowest.
Okay. Yeah, you very much get a sense just through watch. A lot of their attention is like clearly affected by now simply by Grotus. You do watch the goblin similarly talk to the others at the campfire before himself entering into this large tent at the back, in which he vanishes for it.
Okay. What did he say to them?
Roll a perception check to see if you heard it. You're still at a distance of about 60 feet, and they're not. You're at a distance of 80 feet, actually, and they're not. It's not
Okay.
loud conversation.
Shouting, yeah.
What's what would be the distance in which I'd be able to hear it properly?
Probably
Is it
like
more
30.
towards-
Like, it's a
30?
regular conversation, Zach. And,
Okay.
you're not going to hear it or be able to
Okay.
discern it unless you're around 30 feet.
In that case, then could I say that I don't, since well, yeah, I guess I'll wait. I'll move closer. I think I'll start by this first tent.
Okay,
Right here.
you're going to move up?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll allow that.
Do I need to
You got
roll
it.
for anything?
No, you can still go off your last stealth check. That's 16. Kessex, will you follow or will you stay within the tree?
I'm gonna stay within
Sure.
like range, but I'm like if they move further, and I will follow at about this distance.
Sure thing. So, Gallo, it does not take long before the goblin return. You watch it kind of exit the tent, clearly attempting to give some kind of idea as to what's going on, seemingly being one of the smarter goblins that speak at least the common tongue. And you see kind of following behind him what seems to be a much older goblin. In decent years, a much darker kind of skin tone to it, dressed in these kind of heavy leathers that almost make up a cloak around it.
Does this goblin look similar to the one that I saw that was running away in the woods?
There are some base similarities in terms of their skin color, which clearly holds like a different shade than a lot of the other goblins have. In terms of things like equipment and the like, the one you saw running through the forest seemingly was decently heavily armed for a goblin, wearing what looked to be chains, like chainmail or chain shirt, as well as bladed weapons. While looking to this, aside from the leathers that kind of shroud the body, all there is just what seem to be maybe small blades, like maybe a short sword and a dagger.
Okay.
You kind of hear it talk in this very, like, much deeper voice than most of the other goblins. Etwas gegen dir. Kind of talks. You watch as a kind of gesture. A few of the goblins kind of stand up from the fire, whatever they were doing, and seemingly get ready. And you watch the old shaman, or the old goblin, kind of put 2 fingers to the mouth and give this little sharp whistle. And Gallo, you would notice it first. You watch kind of walking around the other side of the tent what looks to be a massive wolf-like creature.
Oh, goody. I know
The
what those
body-
are.
The
Sorry.
body that is similar to that of the wolf. The tail is a very different shape, and the skull or head and face are not covered in fur like that of a wolf's. Teeth kind of jut out, almost not covered by or like sheltered by skin, and the ears and nose are kind of much more flat to the face. I'll let you roll. You've interacted with some goblin society before. I'll let you roll a history or nature check
Alrighty.
with a DC of 13, we'll say.
Nature, same.
You know what? I'd rather be there than your stealth check.
Yeah. Quick
Um,
question for Moonstone. Can I only reply to you if you message me first?
Yes.
Would I know that? Okay.
Probably at
I'd
this
say
point.
it's fine to know that, yeah.
Alright, I mean, he's messaged me before, so...
Yeah, I will occasionally just check in on people though, just to kind of make sure communication's still up. So as this is happening, I am just sending a report message like every 30 seconds between everyone. I just don't want to roleplay that because that's going to be a thing.
With that, you watch the goblin. The creature is clearly designed, is clearly equipped to be mounted. You see what looks to be, though, shoddy in its construction. A clear saddle and harness for the creature, but the goblin does not attempt to mount it. Instead, once again, speaking in the goblin tongue, kind of in a low voice towards the creature. You kind of watch the creature nod and seemingly have full understanding of what the goblin just said. You watch as it, as well as the two beside it, start moving further within the camp. Eventually, being visible to you, Grotus, as you see this kind of older goblin start moving forward. Gallo, you would notice that the creature, soon after the goblin is starting to move around the camp, and you can hear it. This.
Fuck.
The warg is going to make a perception check at advantage, because it has advantage on hearing and smell checks.
Chris, I have a question. Would I be able to see it at this point yet?
Oh yeah, it's big.
Okay, I'm going to pick up a rock.
Sure. Okay. Gallo, you kind of watch the creature. It probably stands maybe about similar in size to that of a bear. Though its body is much more slender and a lot less muscular. You kind of watch it slowly. It starts to move kind of closer, but as you do kind of watch it, while it does look to like either side of the tent, you kind of manage to just keep the tent in between the two of you. The creature doesn't seem to pick up the trio.
Okay.
Oh god.
He will,
Chris, I will
terrifying.
say, I am going to save the rock for if it does seem like it's going to start to notice us, I'm going to throw it in the river, make a splash.
Sure
if
thing.
I can.
Yeah, the river's like 60 feet away. Would be a check, but you could probably get it with some accuracy.
Yeah.
Grotus.
Just a last stitch.
Sure.
And,
Grotus,
I have
you kind of...
my bow out. Just a side notes.
Yeah, fine. Nothing can see you to feel like you're aggressive to it. Grotus, you do see this figure kind of start to approach, a clear leader amongst the shamans, older and you assume like a village elder, so to say. You hear it kind of ring out to you in this rather proficient common tongue. The boys say you are looking for work, Greenskin.
I'm looking for work.
And what brings your kind this far from the mountains?
I was part of a raiding party with my people. Got ambushed by some humans. I was a sole survivor. Been wandering around the woods since. Heard there was goblins in here from a Humie I captured and extracted from information from. Figured better to be up with similar to my ilk than theirs.
Kind of, you very much get a sense. There are like some clues to it. You get a sense this is a female goblin. Okay. She does kind of look to you. For the sake of it, roll a deception check. DC's not too high, but...
Oh, goody. 11. Decent.
11. Kind of thinks. And... I suppose that... Tell me your name, Greenskin.
Grotus looks up at them. Give me 1 second, because I did have an idea not to give him my real name, but as opposed to, looks over and goes, and in his, a name, recognizable to you possibly, but, Grimish. Blood Tusk.
He kind of looks over it. You get a general sense off your base insight that the name doesn't land, so to say. Like, it's not something that she recognizes or gives reaction to recognize.
Yep, I wasn't hoping for that. I was just making sure I gave a orc name, not a dwarf
Nope,
name.
I know. Just, yeah, just letting it be known. Definitely doesn't seem like she recognizes the name at all.
Okay.
Well, Blood Tusk. The boys here, I am sure we carry our weight. If it is work you are looking for, be it against humans or otherwise, that could be discussed, should you wish.
Aye. Is there any sort of initiation or test you want me to prove to you? He kind of cracks his neck. Perhaps you'd like me to show you some of your lads what I'm capable of.
Roll an insight check as you say that. Eat all the rocks. A sign of dominance like none before.
Eat all of the nails, but do not drink milk.
An initiation?
14.
You want me to eat these rocks? What? No, why are you... Okay, I'll eat the rocks.
I love DMing goblins because I always make them fucking senile as fuck.
14.
There's in the thought, like in the mention of roughing them up, even in like not a rude way, you immediately get the sense that she is very defensive of what is left of it, and you can immediately see what was this kind of pleasant is the wrong word, but not hostile, kind of like immediately start to glare towards you as you mention it. I will not have you throwing weight around, Greenskin.
Just kind of looks at the goblin and smiles and goes, fair enough. I just figured you wanted to see what I could do.
There are other ways to taste. Other creatures that you could show your strength to. Kind of looks towards you. You view yourself strong, do you not?
Aye.
You watch her, she kind of turns, speaking once again in Goblin, and you watch one of the goblins seemingly rush off, and Gallo, you'd be able to see the goblin seems to jut and kind of go down into what is this small, kind of clearly dugout. You would notice at this point the large wolf-like creature has started making its way around the camp. It doesn't seem to have...
I see. I notice it at this point.
Oh yeah, 100%. You
Would
can...
I be able to make a check just to
Yeah, sure.
recognize it?
History of Nature, 13 DC.
15. I know it.
15. Yep. I don't imagine I have to tell you much, but you would know that these are another facet of goblinoid races known as wargs. While they are not... They're viewed as a bit stronger than wolves, but very much lesser to their dire wolf counterparts. You would know that the greatest thing that these creatures have is intense intelligence compared to other bestial creatures. You would know, of course, wargs are very capable of speaking and understanding the goblin language and perhaps even others.
Yep.
You kind of watch the creature just... It kind of very much as a kind of a hound of prey, just kind of looks to you and is eyeing you, teeth bared against you, but makes no move, much like anything else. It seems, once again, it's everything's skeptical of you, as would be expected.
Yeah, I was expecting this much, but at least I'm a good distraction.
Yeah,
They're
no,
not
you're doing quite well.
me.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
You amazing, sweetie.
You hear
Also,
the
I'd
goblin.
like to note As the warg, big scary doggo, goes away, Gallo is gonna move to the next tent.
Sure.
Are you not gonna search the tent? Doesn't that seem like the purpose of what we were doing?
I'm gonna start off looking through the bigger tent. Actually, oh yeah,
No, I was just reminding you. Do what you want.
yeah. What he is gonna. From this distance, can I see what that pit has in there,
Make a
or
perception
just
check.
because? Okay.
It's a bit like below ground level, so it's kind of hard at a distance just because you're looking at it from an angle. Make a perception check. Give it a DC of, we'll say, 16.
It is
22.
all rocks. They're gonna make Rhoda eat.
Yes. A true test of strength!
I miss Dylan.
True taste
Looking
of strength,
in.
you should say.
It's kind of hard to see. You do see it is dug quite deep, and as you watch the goblin enter into it, he completely kind of vanishes, so to say. You can tell that it's decently deep. You probably assume at least 5 feet, and you watch as not soon after as he leaves, the goblin kind of start dragging a rather reluctant wolf, another wolf. Looking to it, it seems to be that the wolf is what's it called? Muzzled. And he's got it by what is essentially this leather leash and is dragging it out of it. You see a couple of the others kind of react to it, but he slowly kind of fights with it. Another one kind of joins in to help him, and they slowly kind of drag the wolf over here before tying its leash off to kind of the rocks over here. After that, you kind of watch them go back in again, and you can hear it. Very similar in sound. It very much sounds like another wolf. They, once again, kind of drag and pull it through. You're knowledgeable enough with goblins, like the actual goblins, not just goblinoid, to know that probably what that is essentially a makeshift slave pit of some kind. Where most likely the goblins trap whatever it is they have until it eventually submits to them.
Okay. So it's seemingly creatures only that are wolfy of the kind, as far as I know, or as far as I could see.
As far as you can see, like I said, you still can't see into the pit, but just judging by the sounds, what they're dragging out of there, and how it looks, yeah, you can assume it to perfectly be most likely what is a goblin slave pit.
Okay. Another thing I'd like to do while I'm at this bigger tent,
Mhm.
is
Tents are made of simple animal skins, haphazardly sewed together. You swear at some points that some of the skins might not be animal so much as human.
nasty. Okay.
Yeah.
Because they're haphazardly built, are there any holes that I could like peek through?
They are still tents. Well, there's not really like holes. I mean, there are some, but you could just like reach, and so long as you're not grabbing where like a supporting pole is, you could just like lift it up and look under.
Okay. I will do that then. If I'm not able to, I have a dagger that I just kind of pierce it into
Yeah,
the stone.
like I said, easy enough. There's not really an investigation check needed. It's a small tent, but for the sake of this, just because you are moving the environment, I will say it'll be another step. I will say currently, due to the fact that a lot of them are looking at Grotus, and the other ones are very much trying not to get mauled by muzzled wolves, I will give you advantage. Because there's very much not anyone to really notice you right now.
Chris, do you mind if I move up into the other tent?
God!
No,
Right.
no. Yeah, that's fine. You kind of reach down and kind of pull up the tent. Whatever animal leather kind of sits at the bottom. Looking at the tent, it is simple and squalid living condition. You can see, looking through, what you presume to be bedding of some kind made from local foliage, trees, and kind of branches, that sort of thing. There are some parts within here that very much give an essence of a bit of a higher living, but you imagine that is what has been stolen or taken from those that they have killed. Looking through, you can see, you would guess probably maybe 4 or 5 goblins used to live in this tent. Currently, there are none in there. looking about, you see small little knickknacks, weapons, what you assume to be the goblin's own little property and kind of where they store it.
There are things I'll be looking for specifically each time I peek into a tent.
Sure.
One, our boss, or remains or pieces of the boss that I would remember. So like if he had a certain kind of
This
tunic.
looks like a halfling finger. Yeah.
This looks like a halfling finger, or even the lizard folk. If I see
Sure.
any traces of them, their weapons, etc., and if there are any goblins inside these tents, so I can get a count of numbers.
Sure. As I said, you do not see any. Sure. Like I said, you do not see any. What the fuck is that image?
That is either.
You brought some gimp wolves out of the pit.
Oh.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do us all a little favor here and just do that.
Thank you. Chris is best god. Chris is best god.
Looking through, as I said in this tent, they're simple to look through simply due to the fact that there's not much hidden. If you want to take some time, you can kind of enter the tent and investigate. But as far as you see, weapons of many people killed before, but none that give a essence to helmet.
Okay. In that case, I will not enter the tent for now.
Okay.
Where are the wolves that are tied up looking?
Where are they looking?
Yeah.
They're very much fighting against the fact that they're tied to a rock, right?
Okie dokie.
And also looking towards the goblins who tied them there. And the goblins are very much like keeping an eye, because very much if they let go, like if the wolves get away, like they might have muzzles on, but it's still a fucking wolf.
Okay. My only move then is to this tent next. Basically what I'm gonna do then, for sake of time, I'm gonna be going around the backs of these tents and kind of
Sure.
making my way towards the pit.
Okay.
So, just again, anytime that attention is away from him, he's going to move.
Okay. So are you waiting, or are you going to attempt to do it now while there's kind of a bit of an attention?
I'm going to try to do it.
Sorry, Ruby.
I'm going to try to do it now.
I will. You would have had advantage because they aren't. Again, they're not very much looking to you. But I will say it cancels out simply due to the fact of how close you have to get to them, and especially due to the fact that you are almost in camp. So we'll say it's just a straight stealth.
Just go ahead and roll your fourth natural 20 for the night.
It's always possible.
Listen, man, sometimes you just get those hot streaks.
13.
Yeah.
I will give you my inspiration if you
Okay.
still want it.
Do
Oh wait,
you-
no, my inspiration's gone. What did I use it on?
Did we both?
Were you one of the ones that used it on the stealth
No,
checks
I-
before?
I didn't. I don't remember
You
what I
can
used.
still say you had it. I don't give two shits. As long as you guys aren't like meaning to cheat me.
Sure. I'm trying to think. Did I ever use my inspiration though? Because I don't want to cheat.
We had 2 used yesterday. But
Then probably.
I can't remember. I know Zaka used one.
Yeah, I used
Judah,
one.
did you use yours?
I do not. I did not.
Then you used yours, Michael. Then Judah didn't. I can't
Okay.
remember what you used it for, but you used it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good whether I get it or not.
Damn
it's
it! I
fine.
should have used. I should have taken the recap then.
So you make path. There is these bit of fear as you do it. Not fear, but worry as you do it, due to the fact that these are wolves now. Goblins might not be the most perceptive, but a wolf creature predator. But
Yeah.
seemingly, perhaps due to their current situation, nothing seems to notice you. You hit the line.
Whew.
I think
All
we're
right.
also probably lucky those wolves are pissed off and just barking at everything right now.
Me being glad I didn't speak up to give Zaka my inspiration.
I might need it still.
I'll say for the sake of it, Cass 6, if you're moving in as well, you can roll a stealth check at advantage.
Oh, okay.
It's because you're starting to get in. You're starting to get in a bit deep.
Yeah. No.
21.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Good job!
Following through, and like I said, the party is still distracted. Grotus, you very much hear. I am reluctant to throw you a test of strength right now. Our numbers are lesser than I would enjoy.
Aye. Well, if you want me to do something different, and he looks over at the wolf, I'm pretty good with the beasties as well.
She kind of looks to you with that. Good how, Blood Tusk? Good at persuading or good at forcing submission?
Grotus walks towards the wolf and just pulls out a piece of his jerky and tosses it to the wolf. And it just goes to pat it on the head with an animal handling check at advantage.
Yeah, I'll let you make an animal handling check.
I believe in you.
19!
Nice.
19. It is slow to trust, but you do kind of put the jerky down. The wolf kind of like looks to you. The air around is kind of calmed down a bit, especially as this female goblin is speaking. It seems to be the wolf kind of like just for a moment does look to the meat and start sniffing it. And you do reach out and pet it. And there's this immediate, like, the wolf clearly doesn't like you yet, but you do manage to get a pet in, and you kind of like maybe pushing my luck, but the wolf doesn't snap at you or anything like that.
Nicely done.
Look back up at the goblin woman.
The wolf kind of like grabs the meat and very clearly like just walks away from you.
Yeah, I figured.
The woman looks to you and kind of stares, and it's like, tell me, there is a beastie we have had trouble with recent. Would not fall to simple cracks of and crushing chains. Perhaps you could attempt either force or... She kind of gestures to the wolf, whatever you would call that. I simply wish to see how you would handle a creature not so nice as my wolves.
Grotus looks over at her. Fair enough. Why don't you show me where this beastie is?
You hear her, like, she raises a hand, you kind of watch the goblins do part, but they're still very clear, watching your moves, and she goes, then follow, Blood Tusk. She kind of starts leading you through. The warg is just staring you down. And not long after you pass it, it starts following behind a pace of about 10 feet behind you.
She's not intimidated. Just a big old puppet dog.
The shaman clearly seems to stop by this open pit. Kind of looking in, there's this smell of... I'm trying to think of ways to say feces, but not use the word feces.
Well, you already said it, so there it is.
Excrement!
Yeah.
Defecation.
There's a smell of excrement and
Fertilizer.
blood. Yeah, there's a smell of excrement and blood very clearly permeating from this pit. Clearly a squalor condition meant to not certainly aid whatever is put into it. And looking down, you can see immediately what looks to be pieces of meat in this sort of light. The pit does fall about maybe 5 to 8 feet. A bit kind of worrying if you were to take a wrong step, but nothing short of a bruised back or sprained ankle. You see a number of chains bolted into the walls, seemingly whatever slaves they have brought here before and attempted to hold. You kind of watch as she raises a hand and points to the back of it. I wish to see how you may deal with that. We have not broken it yet, and if you are to break it either spiritually or physically, I do not mind either. And as you kind of turn and look towards the pit, you see this rather intimidating kind of large figure. rivaling you in size, though it is heavily bloodied, and you notice a good number of wounds clearly across its scaled hide, as you see a very familiar lizard.
Yes!
And we're going to take a 15-minute break as
I
you
was about
spot
I was just about
Uh,
to say, Moonstone goes,
Sickle in the pit.
anything to report yet?
I can't talk back, man.
No,
Because I'm
you
in the
can't.
middle of a
It does
goblin
require
camp.
you to actually talk.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm incapable of speaking. You can deal away with Gallo. I'm surrounded. I can't
I'm
speak
pretty
shit.
far.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
God.
But yeah,
This
so we'll be back at
Just
the half-hour
looking-
point,
Yep, we'll take 15
and then we'll go
minutes.
for another, we'll say 2 hours after that.
Okay, fair. I'll pause the recording. Remind me to start recording when we get back, guys.
As we all return, Grotus, she gestures towards this slave pit, and you can see currently restrained, shackle around the neck, kind of holding it there. Sickle at the back of the pit, staring through what is dried blood across the face, and you can see there are a number of puncture and slash wounds that have broken through its scale and just left horrible gashes that have not been treated in any and most likely aren't healthy.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Stares towards you, that just cold, like slit, just watching. You know, as there was a muzzle on the wolves, you get a maybe people try, and maybe it didn't work.
Sorry, Chris, you broke up there. What was that?
Oh, sorry. You notice that there is no muzzle on the lizard folk, despite the fact that there were muzzles on the wolves. You get a
Okay.
sense that perhaps someone tried, and then didn't try again.
Fair
Bite
enough.
attack.
So Grotus will look over down to the goblin and go, "Oh, so this be the beastie that been giving you the issues, is it?"
She kind of looks and issues. No, many a creature that takes long times to. But we must be careful with this. The wounds it has suffered has not put it too far from death's embrace, and I would not waste such muscle and strength.
Grotus looks back at it. Oh, that seems fair. I think I could probably convince him to calm down. Probably see the light after all. We're all not fond of the Humies, right? I'm sure he'll be convinced.
You kind of see her ponder for a second at that. It's like, I'm honestly not sure. I know little of their scaled kind. Much more familiar with the dark-dwelling kobolds, though it seems it is of a different breed, as clear as shown.
Kind of looks back. Probably the best way to think of them in that sense is a bit like orc and goblins. Is he just gonna walk over? You mind if I go forward and see what I can do?
As I said, if you wish to prove yourself, I will see what you can do here and see what use you may have.
Oh, fair enough. Grotus will step forward, so I'm very visible to. I cannot remember his goddamn name.
You would remember it was called Sickle.
Sickle.
As in, like,
Yeah,
a weapon.
that's right. It was Sickles. Yeah, as I look forward to look at Sickle again. As I do, does he look like he remembers me? Because we did see each other.
Roll an insight check.
Oh God. 9.
9?
9.
You kind of get a sense that there's the creature, like, looking towards the lizard folk. It is clearly very defensive, and you kind of watch as you get closer. It kind of starts to not back itself into a corner, but just kind of get ready. You get a sense it might not over the about bit less than a week since it saw you for a minute.
No, fair enough. I mean, he might not. I might have stuck out in his head as he did in mine. Half orcs aren't my size, aren't anything. Half-orcs aren't too common. It was a possibility. So Grotus will look over at him and just go, raise his hand out towards him, and Jesus, what to do here?
Choice is yours. You can see, seemingly, though Sickle is quite injured, like I said, there was only a single bond. It is a shackle around the very thick neck. The chain itself gives it about the ability to reach kind of within this area, but nowhere further than that. You can kind of see it seems to be looking to the front of it. It's simply made of like a cast iron. So not too terribly tough, but still, in the position it's in. It's not like Sickle could break. And it seems to be you don't notice any lock on it, so you would assume it's probably on the back, if any.
Okay, so it's probably like a back on the latch.
Something like that, yeah. Whether it's a roll perception check to see if you see.
Not my forte, but I can't hurt to take a peek. 13.
13? Yeah. You can kind of see, it seems to be that there is a small kind of rusted padlock holding the chain, or not holding the chain, but holding it shut. Very much whatever this was manufactured of. Probably what looks to be maybe a lock for a chest. It's only held by that same kind of chest lock at the back of the neck. Like a padlock.
Okay.
Kind of dangling there, and you can hear it move as the lizardfolk kind of recoils slightly, but seemingly is just staring toward new creature that has entered into the pit.
Grotus will kind of look at him with the kind of a look over at the the goblin patron. What's she doing as he watches me walk in?
She's just watching. You kind of see she has her hands kind of folded within the inside of her coat. You can't really see them. There's just the leather and kind of those beady eyes kind of just watching. Interested to see what you're able to do. Though you get a sense there's no suspicion of you at this point. If there's anything else someone would like to do, by the way. Yeah.
That's all I want to see. She's watching me judgingly. That's all I was... Yeah, okay, so... I take a couple steps forward and get right up to where I know the line you said was.
Yeah, you can see, the legs are tensed. It's waiting for, that one step forward.
Grotus is just going to kind of whisper to him where he'll hopefully just loud enough for him to hear, and he's going to go, Hellman.
Yeah, here, I'll say... Sickle definitely would hear it. For the sake of it, I'll say just roll a stealth check to see if the goblin shaman hears it as well.
Yeah, these are fucking great for me.
Look, it's not great for the shaman either, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Are they at disadvantage because they're trying to whisper
13!
something?
I got 13! That's
13?
okay!
The goblin literally got a 2, which turned into a 1, so...
Yay!
You kind of say that...
Things are going well for us.
Yeah. You say, Hellman, the creature doesn't give a response, but, you kind of notice there's, it's still, focused on you, but there's almost, a different type of focus. Not immediately predatory, but definitely not, letting a guard down.
Yeah, Grotus looks at him and just kind of gives him, a slight nod, raises his hands up, and just goes, I'm gonna move forward. I'd like you to listen to me if that's okay.
So you're raising your hands and continuing to whisper?
Yeah, well, yeah, just gonna, not super quiet. If the goblin hears me, I'm not gonna care so much. This is me more how you treat an animal, but giving him the key word there was hopefully to help him with this. As I...
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, hold my hands up and just kind of, to approach, as non-threatening as possible.
You definitely get a sense that Sickle is still very much on the defensive. You kind of watch, it does, lift itself out of that near, squatting, almost to lunge position it was in before. Sickle is still very tall and very muscly, and there's still, a bit of a threat to that, despite its clear injuries.
Yeah.
It just kind of looks to you. It doesn't give a response. But again, it's not immediately. You get a sense it might not immediately attack.
Okay, I will just step in closer so I can get nice and close to him without having to worry as much as whispering, because we're a couple feet of each other. Whispering's a lot easier.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Sure. You step that little bit closer.
Take-
You would effectively be in range, and while you do see like the teeth are bared, like Sickle doesn't make a.
yeah, I'm just gonna now that I'm a lot closer and should be able to whisper wide enough that I shouldn't be overheard at this distance.
No, yeah. At this point, you're fine. It was just kind of because you had that distance.
No, I know. I figured. That's why I said it at that distance. Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, probably a stealth. But okay, so like I just whisper to you. You might not remember me, but I was the half-orc Hellman hired to take care of the miners. Go with me on this. I'll try to get you out of this alive.
Well, a persuasion check.
Oh, goody.
Sorry, you're trying to convince a not very sociable lizard folk to trust you.
18!
Yeah, you're getting some pretty good rolls.
The breath that just left my mouth right now.
You can hear it, this low kind of Sickle. You know, you didn't hear Sickle articulate once when you first met it. You just hear this low, just. Doesn't make a move though.
Did he just grumble?
It's just this growl, like almost animalistic.
Okay, I'm looking down at him as like, I'm going to make sure that this goes. I'm not going to hurt. But I want you to think that, if I'm too quiet, tell me.
No, you're fine.
I'm going to make a move. I'm going to help you get out of here. As I said, keep with me. Can you tell me one thing, though? Is Hellman in the camp with you? Just tap me on the shoulder if he is.
The creature kind of looks to you. You do watch its eyes kind of like dart once to look at the shaman. Kind of looks back to you and does kind of like hold a hand, and it pushes like one of the nails into your shoulder. Like you can feel it kind of. It's small enough that it kind of like goes past the chains and does kind of prick a bit. But the creature does like poke. Or sorry, wait, did you say to poke if it was yes or poke?
Poke if it was yes.
Okay, sorry, the creature does not react.
Okay, so it's not here.
Yeah.
So he looks up and kind of nods with the understanding of that. As he, well, you look like you're not such a one here. And I look over at his wounds. How bad would I say his wounds are right now?
Just make a medicine check.
Okay. 11.
11? He's bearing what looks to... Well, I'm gonna drop this. Sickle's a she. It was gonna be a fun twist. Just so I'm not doing this whole thing. Lizard folk without like the frill on top are usually female.
Fair enough.
But looking to Sickle, you notice there's about maybe 5 or 6 different bladed wounds across her body. Most of them are like punctured wounds, and especially as you've gotten this close now, there's... Hold on, I need to look something up actually before I say this. There's this smell protruding from some of the wounds that you kind of notice, different from the general disgusting smell of what's around. This almost like brimstone-esque smell.
Would I recognize
Sulfurish.
Sulfurish, okay. Would I recognize
Yeah.
it like as poisonous possibly to him or her?
Well, you imagine sulfur is pretty poisonous to everything.
I'm referring that could I?
Yeah, you could assume it to be like you could assume it to be that like there is a sulfur like inflicting. There is a sulfur-based substance that has inflicted them. While the wounds they kind of look like they can move through, you get a sense that that's probably pretty deep, and it's probably not had a chance to heal in the condition that Sickle has been in.
Boy, how useful would it be to be a paladin at this point?
Oh man.
To get a sense, I'll give it to you on an 11. You would get a sense that Sickle, while is still extremely hardy, is probably missing about half of its hit points, and is currently both exhausted by 2 levels, as they do not give a slave, while trying to break a slave, they don't give it the chance to sleep, and it is also considered poisoned right now.
I figured from all that. So he'll kind of look over and just once again whisper and say to it, it's like, Listen, I got friends nearby. We might be able to get you out of here. If we do, can you make a run for the woods to the south if I get you an opening? Just, again, tap me on the shoulder if you think you can.
Creature kind of looks you here once again, just the... And it kind of raises one of the hands and gives, like, yeah, that little sharp poke, almost like pushing you off your... The goblins are all kind of, like, watching, not really sure what's happening. But none are intervening or saying anything.
Good. Here's what's going to happen. As far as they're aware, I'm beast whispering to you. I did something similar to one of their wolves outside. I'm gonna try to get you to say that you're docile so I can get you out of here with me. Okay? Just go with me on this and it'll be fine.
You gotta say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grotus looks over at the goblin. Well, I think this beast has come down to my charms a bit like the wolf. Yeah, I can't any way to have me to bring it forward to you so I can prove it to you.
The creature kind of looks, or not the creature, the god kind of looks. She kind of looks like there's clear like kind of confusion on her face. You do watch as like she starts walking into the pit, kind of following behind you. There is an immediate kind of. You get a sense there's probably a certain person that's probably been doing most of the attempting to break for slavery. And you get a sense that Sickle is not comfortable with that creature. As almost immediately as she enters in, you just see Sickle's eyes once again like kind of narrow towards her, and it starts to assume like a defensive stance again.
I turn to her and kind of like halfway whisper. He's like, "Don't worry about this." And he looks over at the creature. Might be a little bit for you. I take it the creature's going to need a bit more training, obviously, but perhaps wander around on a leash for a bit might help it. You got a way to extend the chain so it's in my hands?
She kind of looks to you for a second. She does kind of... You watch her... How would you do this? I'm trying to think of... Yeah, I mean, she would try. You watch, She kind of... Keep the creature at bay one moment, then. She is approaching further. You get a sense that she might be doing what you just asked, but she does have to get closer to Sickle to do it.
As he does it with Sickle, I'm just going to put my hand on Sickle's shoulder, look at her straight in the eye, and give her like a knowing nod. Just to try to keep her calm.
You watch as the goblin kind of walks by. Sickle is very, like, it's on edge, and you especially guess this is the first time that the goblin has come, like, within Sickle's range, and there's this want to make a push at it. But Sickle doesn't, and you kind of watch the goblin raise a hand and place it against the carved-in dirt and stone wall, and you watch where the chain is kind of like dug into the stone. The stone just kind of fades away, and almost like falls away, and the chain kind of falls. Pick that up quick, then.
Grotus leans down and picks it up. There we go. Now once we get a bit of exercise for a bit. And I'm gonna slowly lead it forward like it would, as bad as it will look, like a dog.
Yeah, it's very like you gotta pull a couple times for Sickle to follow,
yeah,
but eventually...
Just please go with me on this. I just trying to get us out of the pit for an opening.
Yeah. She does kind of take a step back.
Nope.
The creature is surprisingly willing with one of your kind. Have you had interactions with these scaled creatures before?
I did mention that I knew of their sort. We don't care for humans together. As I said, the best way to look at him is a bit like a kobold, you said, right? Well, it's a bit like an orc and a goblin with a kobold in their sort. Just gotta know how to speak to him. Give in to the bloodlust the right way.
Fascinating. you essentially have Sickle. You very much get a sense they're not going to let you, like, run with
Oh, yeah,
Sickle.
I figured that, but we are in a much better scenario right now than 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, but you get a sense, all the goblins are kind of watching. There's a very clear, a bit of fear at Sickle being out of the pit and not restrained. You notice, especially like from some of the wolves, they are ready to defend themselves. Especially if the ones that were in the pit with Sickle.
The ones that are muzzled up top.
Yeah, they very much they're focused right now on Sickle.
I have no idea what's going on because I thought we came here for a fucking halfling.
Yeah.
Do we see him walking out with Sickle yet?
For the
I'm
party,
assuming
you're a bit ways
Gallo
away.
must.
Gallo and Kessix could definitely. The campfire illuminates it well enough, and they're close. Those of Moonstone, Julian.
It's also daylight, remember, Chris?
Oh, it is. Yeah. Moonstone. Sorry, I prepped a night map because I always do day maps when it's night. Anyway, I'll say the three of you that unfortunately have been kind of had to be quiet this whole time. I do apologize.
That's fine.
That's
Just
okay.
roll a perception check. We'll say a DC 15. Sickle very much stands out. Yeah, Gallo. Well, Gallo, you could already see it. You didn't need to make a check.
Oh.
Damn it!
Wait, what was?
Missed it by
perception
one.
check.
Just noticing Gallo, or not noticing Gallo, noticing Sickle. Judah and Julius,
Sorry. What?
did you roll a perception check? Julius, you wouldn't be able to see the top of both Grotus's head as well as Sickle's head, which you, seeing as you've only ever seen one, would recognize.
By the way, Chris, just keep in mind, I have been messaging people constantly, just kind of being like, alright, update.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you can do
Okay.
it to the people who are quiet. I literally.
Yeah,
was
as long as
able
you're
to
doing it for
update.
people that are stealthed, I'd say it's.
Yeah, I can't
And-
respond, but the stealth people could.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
can they inform me of what's happening?
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Well, Julius
Alright.
just saw it too, so.
Julius also can.
I'm not
see the
messaging
top of-
Julius, I'm messaging Xavier from that team.
Could I also check the tent because I'm still listening in. However, I'm not aware that Hellman is not here, so I'm still kind of like looking.
Yeah, of course.
What was that again?
Stealth check, you said, to check in the tent, right?
Okay. I'm.
Oh yes, just roll.
For the sake of speed, I'm gonna check this tent here for
Okay.
the stuff that I'm looking for. I'm also gonna try to stealth around the tent to
Okay.
the main one and do the same thing there.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that's.
So
like
I'll
full
say
stealth chest.
one stealth check to look at the tent as well as try to move to the next one.
Also, you said at the very least I see the top of their heads.
Yes, they're tall creatures.
Okay.
Goblin tents are not tall. All right. Gallo kind of lifting through this one as attention is very much pulled towards Grotus and Sickle. Looking in, you do see, similar to what the ones you saw in the last one when you looked, bedding, homes. You do notice that there does seem to be a goblin that is injured and asleep in here. Does not seem to rouse as you are peering in. Looking through once again, more than anything in this one, weapon and arrows. And you notice there are a lot of those red quills hanging, almost as if left to dry.
Okay. Since there's a goblin in there, as tempting as it is to grab weapons and run, probably not a good idea. So he just kind of he'll shake his head to himself and put down the tent, and he will move over to the next one.
Sure. And it'll be one more stealth check.
Oh dear.
Oh god.
8.
Someone has Xavier? Oh, Judah's not here, damn it.
Okay.
I will tell you this. It unfortunately would not have mattered.
Oh no.
Because Gallo, as you move with this bit of quiet, this attempt to kind of look within the main tent. You start to kind of pull it up, and near immediately you just hear this.
Oh.
And as that moment, as you pull, there wasn't only one ward.
Oh, shit.
As you pull up the tent, you just are face to face with this thing. It actually rolled a 21 perception.
And there
And
goes our plan.
We were going so smoothly, guys.
And the
We
creature just
almost
looks
had
at
it.
you. If you have one thing you want to try and do, is you just start to hear.
I can't see this, or I would throw a rock in the river.
Plan B, plan B.
I'm upset because I
This
even
is-
prepared a
This
yeet.
is the moment you hear Moonstone go.
Yeah, I know. This is Moonstone. This is Moonstone going like as Gallows like face to face with a ward. Just anything to.
Yeah, what's going on? What's going on there, mate? Anything new?
What was wrong? The ward actually got a 23.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay, so that's different now.
Okay.
Ironically, if you had advantage, we would have been okay, but unfortunately.
Okay.
I'll give you one chance because this is immediate.
Yeah.
Threat. You have one moment to try to do something, be it humorous or otherwise.
What's going on, mate?
Put this
So-
head back down slowly.
Yeah.
So, quick question. So, behind me are cliffs.
Yeah, it's like a small, like 10-foot ridge that'll lead to a river.
Hey, if you have,
Okay.
wait, do you have goblin jerky? Because that you might be able to just be like,
Yeah. Nope. Nope.
Orcs are intelligent,
Nope.
man. They can talk. That doesn't work with
They-
orcs.
All right. So, what I'm gonna do
Mm-hmm.
is first to comedically at the same time that he lifts the thing, here's Moonstone and asking for a report. All he says is "fuck," and
I immediately messaged the other two. It's like, I think it's go time.
Unfortunately,
and
you
then-
will not have enough time.
I know,
yeah,
but it's gonna
the
be my
other
next
thing-
action.
it'll be his next action. The other thing is I'm going to take. So when I lift the tent, what do I see? Do I only see the snout, or
The creature literally, like, you pulled it up and it just turns and looks directly at you.
so
looking into
it's not like so it's in the distance. It's not like literally up next to.
Oh no, it's literally up next to you. It was sleeping
Okay.
in the tent.
All right, but I mean, like, what am I able to see? Am I only able to see the snout? Can I see the whole face?
Yeah, you can see the whole face.
All right, in that case, I am going to
Stab it in the throat.
take my dagger, and I am going to slash it across the nostrils in hopes of kind of taking away its sense of smell a bit, and then fucking
Okay.
book it.
I will say, since you're attempting to do something that's not straight damage, the creature isn't armored, so they're not like high AC. But I'll say if you're attempting to reduce this one's sense of smell, you can make the attack at disadvantage
Oh.
to potentially remove its keen smell for a certain amount of time, like until it heals.
Okay. Wait. Why is it disadvantage if it's still like? I'm
Because
still
you're trying to make a
pulling-
very precise strike.
Oh. Okay. Oh boy.
You'd still do damage, but it's very much like there's an additional effect if you manage to hit it.
You hit
What the hell?
Yeah, 22. You kind of, in that moment, you just hear it, the low, and then right before it does, you just jam one of your daggers into the nose. Roll damage. You do not get sneak attack, unfortunately.
That is fine. Wait, how do I roll damage?
Just
It's a D4
click on-
plus your. You should have your.
That's what I clicked on.
if you just click
Oh.
on dagger, like if you just click down here, yeah, there it is. You just click on the word dagger right by the +6 underneath the 2060. That'll roll
Yeah.
your base dagger damage.
For some reason it didn't. I'll take a look at it
Did
later.
6
But
damage.
oh,
Yeah.
6 damage.
Well, no, you can roll yours. Like
Oh.
my rolls don't count for what you guys do.
Um.
I was just trying to show
wait,
how
so
to do it. But
on my attacks and spellcasting.
well, so like on the right side, right, you got the 22 and the 20.
Uh-huh.
So you see it right below those two numbers where it says 2060.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that was a
So
button.
just
Cool.
click dagger. Yep. 6. Yeah.
Lovely.
You jam a blade in it. You get a sense there's probably a lot of blood vessels in there, as there's just a kind of pour of blood, and you just hear, and we're gonna go right into initiative.
Oh, man, I don't even get an opportunity. Damn. Fair
You
enough.
hear it in the exact moment, and everyone's reacting. You can choose to try to play it off as whatever you like.
That is fair.
But
Are you
everyone...
able to put Xavier and me?
Yeah, sure. Well, you guys, if you just want to put yourselves in the bottom right corner, we'll say 1 round of movement will get you like into the bottom corner of the map.
Well, yeah, it would, because, it's a sprint, so a dash would get us, because we're 6.
No, you guys will still get your action. You just need to use your movement to get to here. We'll
Oh
say.
shit!
Also, can you help
22,
me? How do I get my token onto the field?
So you just go like hold your mouse over like where it says Moonstone and Mountain
God.
Heart, and just click and drag and put it on the board right there. Same
Oh,
to
neat.
you, Xavier. Xavier did it.
Is it there? I don't see it.
No, it is not. So
Well, I'm clicking and dragging. It's not going anywhere.
okay, yeah. So you want to hold it over where your name goes blue, and then just click and drag like your character sheet onto it from that taskbar on the right side. Or if you can move that one, you can just use that. That was the one I dragged though. Sometimes
thank you.
doesn't work. Well, can you use it though?
Yeah, I can use it.
Can you move it though? Like try moving it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that works. So you guys will just basically use your 30 feet of movement to get to here. From there, your turns are free to use. Wargs.
Of
Yes.
course.
Oh, goody.
By the way, can you put 17 in for me?
Oh yeah, sure.
Right.
Goblin raid boss. Regular goblins.
Jesus.
Oh no, the one who rolled a 20 is.
Wolves. Wow, they're getting
Yeah, we're
Oh.
in
regular
trouble.
wolves.
Michael, you can edit yours directly if you missed the roll, because I just edited mine.
And sickle.
Here, just putting that in there so it's
Who
there.
rolls at advantage.
There you go.
Oh,
18.
nice.
There we go. 17.
That boy's
that's
half
cool.
dead, or I guess that's a girl. That girl's half dead, and she still rolled better than fucking most of us.
Yeah, well, there was a reason that Hellman had her as private.
Yeah, for sure.
Gross.
What is
alright.
that? That's a ranger, though, isn't it?
It is.
You
With
said-
that,
Did you say it is?
I said it was not.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know what it is, but
We lost rhythm.
Yeah, I know. I'm just switching the music up.
Oh, fair. Welcome back, Rhythm.
Are you playing Rhythm? What you doing, Rhythm?
Rhythm is one of my favorite people
Maybe
here.
you shouldn't have told him to leave with all caps, and he wouldn't have ran away.
we just needed 5 more steps so I could get in a better position. at least Scar is free, or at least Sickle is free though. That's a huge bonus.
Scar. You just went full racist with that one.
Wow, yeah.
Triple
So,
disadvantage for the rest of the night.
Gallo, you
Hi.
jam your blade in this creature's nose. There's an immediate flow of blood from breaking whatever blood vessel. You imagine its smell might be hindered for a moment. You imagine it didn't hinder the teeth, though. What do you do?
Julius is first, actually.
Oh, sorry, Julius. Oh, sorry, I thought it was
that's
Gallo.
right.
Julius.
Yeah, nope.
You immediately hear just this echo of a "Ah!" This harsh, almost like strange, like almost deep goblin voice cry out in pain. You can choose to act as you wish or hold your turn.
Alright, so I hear that Julius immediately freaks out, just like, oh god, is something happening? And he's gonna throw immediately a spell at the biggest thing he spots, which is that.
Sure.
Right with
We're
the
all
night.
gonna die.
The creature, the warg does not know you're there, so you can have advantage if you're throwing a guiding bolt. A 16 will hit. You kind of watch in that moment, all attention turns towards the back of the camp. Grotus, even yours is pulled, and then you see just out of the corner of your eye a streak of light slam into the back of the warg, and you just watch it kind of like almost fall for a moment, and then it and every kind of goblin to the light just streaked by just turn.
Julius, with his arm outstretched with the sword that shot it, just kind of looks at his arm, then looks at everyone, and then looks towards the others. It's just like, oops.
Shit.
Chris, I would like to just say I used my feline agility to circle around a little bit from where I was.
Well, that'll be on your turn.
Okay.
Julius, if you would like to move, you can either go up to here, which will be your 30 feet, or you can stay back, which will be, you'll just be 30 feet back off the map, and we'll deal with that as it is.
He's frozen in fear, so he stays.
So you're going to be 30 feet back. Goblins.
Can I say real quick, I'm excited for you, Xavier. Nothing feels cooler than rolling up on a scene with finger guns.
A lot of the goblins just saw a streak of light fly by. So I'm going to say we're going to do this evenly. And as they all turn, Julius, Gallo, and Moonstone. Not Gallo, sorry. Julius, Xavier, and Moonstone. You
I will
just
say
watch goblins turn.
I will say I am not with them, and I would have entered the camp at a different position.
With that.
Before anything, just to make sure I got the calculations here right. With a paladin, the base, so before armor and all that, the base AC is what?
Is 10 plus dexterity. You, however, are wearing chainmail, correct?
Yes, I'm wearing chainmail.
So
and
you
also have
Shield.
I also have a shield, and my fighting style is defense.
So
okay, so circumventing,
19.
you don't, yeah, so you'll have 19.
Oh, okay, let me raise it up one.
Yeah. 16 for chainmail, which comes your base, plus 2 from the shield, plus 1 from defense.
Okay, I want to make sure. I wasn't sure if it's 18 or 19. All right, got it.
Yeah.
All right, hit me.
Yeah, you all hear bows being drawn back. I'm going to split it evenly, don't worry.
May I say
so
I was not with... Well, I wasn't with them.
Your guys'
Attention
goes out.
emotions are blown, man.
I wish it wasn't.
2 attacks against Julius.
I
A
smell
12
them.
and a 24.
Oh, no!
That 20.
Ooh.
Julius, in that moment, you kind of raise a shield. You hear one kind of ping off. And in that moment, you feel something hit into one of your hips and just dig and dig. You take, wow, almost max roll,
Oh.
13 piercing damage.
13,
As for the
God.
first time, Julius's blood is drawn.
Julius, no!
Breaches.
2 attacks against Moon. A 13 and a 10.
Bitches.
What's the belly button guy from My Hero Academia?
Belly but what?
Oh, I know who you're talking
Oh
about.
yeah,
Fat gum.
the French
Fat gum.
guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that guy. Is that Julius?
What? What?
Wait,
are
what-
you-
what
I have no idea what
Belly
you're
button.
referencing.
I'll bring it up. I got it.
Okay. And then 2 attacks against Xavier. An 8 and a 16.
Hell. Okay. I could shield it, but I'll. Oh no, actually, I couldn't. I'll take
What's your AC
You're going
normally?
to take it?
11.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
Julius.
Now I
yes.
understand.
I see it.
Yeah, all right. You kind of, it's this immediate, like, after Julius's bolt flies by, immediate return fire by arrows. 1 strikes Julius and 1 strikes Xavier. So you only take 3, though. It's a slight, like, it slashes by, but it doesn't pierce you. So you take 3 damage. With that, the wargs.
Rip Gallo.
Gallo. The creature like reels back as just blood starts to pour from its nose. You just watch it kind of turn towards you. This massive, like, extended jaw attempting to clamp across. There's a 23 hit.
Oh,
The arm that you drew blood from it gets near crushed by massive jaws. You take 10 piercing. I need you to make a strength saving.
yeah. Alright, strength.
too. The creature, like from the arm, immediately pivots on its foot and drags you to the ground, throwing you to the dirt. You are
I'm what? You cut off.
you
I
are
am
considered
Prone. You're
prone.
prone.
So it takes 15 feet.
All right.
Melee attacks have advantage against you. Range attacks have disadvantage.
Sweet.
Grotus, you immediately. Oh, actually no. Sorry, I got to do the other warg. The other warg.
Oh, right.
Well-
Sorry, the one that I hit with the guiding bolt has forever attacks that has advantage.
Yeah, for the next attack against it has advantage. That's with that yellow little ball.
Oh, okay, got it.
A warg can move 50 feet in a round, and it will use its action to dash the additional distance, and will essentially say that it moves the additional 30 or so feet to be very close to you, Julius. As you reel from the pain, you just see this thing now gleaming in the light that you've bestowed upon it, running. Grotus immediately panic starts to descend. The goblins start to fight. Nothing turns on you immediately, but you do feel a very, very heavy tug against.
The chain, right? I am going to. So, do I have a reaction to say something before this occurs?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can say like a short sentence.
I'm gonna say around quick too, because play along. Okay, beastie, time to show her what you are. We're being attacked. Time to kill the invaders.
Roll a persuasion check. Let's say it's a DC of 12.
Oh God.
Believe in you.
19. So, what exactly are you wanting it to do?
I'm wanting her to pretend to be like my pet of warrior to go like charge and attack the fucking humans down south, but obviously indicating we're not doing this, but pretend you're working for me to be my attack dog. Like I've trained you. Let me show you that I've trained you.
So you're send her towards the south.
Yeah, I'm gonna send her towards Julius. It's like, go kid!
Okay, you let go of the chain. I wasn't expecting you to get that. There is a glare towards both you and the shaman. But she will ignore it. And she moves her 40 feet distance. And will dash past to go 80 feet. She's still 30 feet from the party. But, yeah, you do see she is fast. And you just hear this. The claws kind of scraping against the dirt as it moves. Unfortunately, that is all she. Gallo, you are considered prone as the warg has near ripped flesh from your arm. You can use 15 feet to stand, but that is up to you.
15 feet to stand up, but will that let it release its...
Yeah,
You're
it
not
essentially
grappled.
lets go. It's not holding you.
Yeah, you were just
Okay,
knocked out.
whew. Yeah, oof. Okay, so, indeed, I will use 15 feet to get the fuck up.
Yep.
How is my arm looking, I guess?
Serviceable still.
How many How many... Did I take... How much damage did I take? Sorry,
You
I missed
took
that.
10 damage from the warg biting you.
10 damage. Alright, so, I will take my bonus action of cunning action, which I
Yep.
here to dash away.
Okay. So as a note, the warg would make an opportunity attack against you if you did that, unless you want to use your
Unless I use
action to
disengage.
disengage.
Okay.
But you can do it as a bonus
Yeah.
action.
Yeah, you can still disengage
Yes.
and then use your bonus action.
I just want to clear it up. Like if you need to
Oh,
disengage,
okay.
else it's going to attempt to bite you again.
Okay. Then in that case, yeah, I will disengage and
Okay.
use cunning action to dash.
Okay. So you can move 15 feet in any direction then.
Okay, so I will do that. I guess I'll move. Would it take extra to climb over these cliffs? But they're
No,
only
it's like I said, it's
Okay.
it's a slope. Like you just slide down, and I'll say this on your base dexterity, you're fine.
Okay, yeah, then I will run up at least to this higher ground and
Heath
That was
persuaded
my
so good that turns out Sickle
bonus.
just goes for Julius as well.
Well, it's nice
God.
knowing Julius while he's here. JK.
I can't believe I pulled off a nat 20 persuasion.
Yeah, no,
like, my
that was
God.
impressive. So yeah, just put yourself where you're going, Gala.
Yep, and then I will not do anything yet attack-wise, but I will hold if something starts coming towards me.
Okay. Well, you use your action, so unfortunately you can't.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
But yeah, move yourself 15 feet in whatever direction.
Yeah, and you still have your movement too, so.
Well, that is
half
the
of my
15 feet.
movement.
Is the
Yeah.
movement.
Oh,
Yeah.
but they used their action. They disengaged.
Oh, right, you dashed as well,
Yeah,
so
they
you have 30 more
dashed.
feet to go.
Yeah,
Sweet, cool.
Or you just use your movement and you still have your action. One of the two.
Yeah, either or.
My point is just to move away right now, so
Okay.
I will just do 30 more feet, and I will head kind of by Keswick's. I'll put
Sure.
my thing there, and that'll end my turn.
Sure thing. Easy enough. You have another 30 feet.
Just
With
to watch
that
Keswick.
Moonstone,
Just look at
you
Keswick.
are
No,
30 feet.
No.
Seeing this thing run up to Julius and seeing it now glowing, I will just take a dart from one of my side pouches, put it into my launcher, and then fire it at this creature, casting Ray of Sickness.
Okay. Ray of
It's a
Sickness
21
hits.
hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to make a con save. It does take
4 damage.
It takes the full 4 damage, no matter if it makes it or not.
Okay. Then takes a save to see if it's poison. 21. Creature is hardy. Though you do kind of see it just for a moment, attempt to it has to kind of turn its gaze away as this bolt of just or this dart of I don't know what you want to call it. It's hurt.
Ray of Sickness sucks.
No, it's not bad. You just unfortunately got a poor damage roll on it.
Yeah.
Anything else? You can choose to move on to the battlefield or not. I'm just gonna hold on. Make this a bit easier.
I feel confident in my position where I am.
Let's just do this. Just to kind of put you all in actually relative spaces. There's a lot more going on off the map than I thought there would. The wolf is right in front, and
Do you want to maybe a bit of oh yeah, you're extending the map exactly. Yeah, so I was gonna say that's what I was gonna suggest is extend the map.
yeah, that's why I did it. I didn't feel like I'd have this much combat off the map, but now there's a war on there.
But Julius is a dumb fuck.
No, you're not dumb. The warg's already looking hurt.
No, he's dumb.
Excuse me, I'm gonna need you to stop appropriating Xavier's culture.
Anything else?
Yeah, you know what? No, I'm just gonna kind of move up the line a little bit, just about here. Just be like,
Sure.
be like,
As you like.
The path opens up for you, Moonstone.
The Goblin Raid boss doesn't immediately have any targets around. She kind of looks. There's this kind of immediate panic as she watches her run off to the distance. You hear her look to you, Grotus. Wanted to prove yourself? Now's the chance! And she, you watch as there's this small incantation under her breath. These 6 little balls of fire start to orbit around her, as she will cast minute meteors.
Oh shit!
We need to leave.
I thought she was gonna buff Grotus, and I thought that was gonna be the coolest.
Just double cross.
She rolls 12. Okay. With that, use her action. Is going to kind of move up to where some of her allies are, and she's going to end her turn. That was her action. The wolves.
Oh fuck, we need to leave.
No, just start hitting things. Hit 'em.
Yeah, no, you guys they're goblins, right? So, where's my wolf sheet?
On the plus side, it is mass chaos.
Yeah, no, 100%. They don't know what's going on.
I am
Grotus is still
so
believed.
glad Grotus is still like, yeah, I'm your ally, guys, because I told them to go kill them. So that seems reasonable.
He's right in the middle
This
of it all,
wolf
too.
is going to fill its natural role in the order and move. will use its action to dash to close the distance to Moonstone, but that is all it can do.
You fucker!
Get the kitty.
This one would probably
This is why I hate
roll a stealth
dogs.
check for me, Kessex.
Oh, my other stealth check's not good enough.
Not with the wolf passing right beside you.
Yeah. I guess if you want to be realistic about it.
Actually, wolves are prone to tunnel visioning, to be honest. But yeah,
10.
10. Well, here, I'll say it like the creature would attempt to run by you. I will say you can choose to make an opportunity attack, but you get a sense it'll immediately turn its attention toward.
I'm not
As
gonna
it's
hit
attempting to go
puppy.
for, as it is snarling and going for Gallo right now.
Oh, it's going for Gallo? I thought the way where it was on the map. My bad. I thought it was running the other way.
No, it was over here, and it's like it's running this way towards.
That's yeah, because I saw Gallo fall over bloodied from the backside of the tent, didn't I? And then start running.
It's very
away.
possible, yeah.
That can't be good. So yeah, I guess it's my reaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
will be your reaction.
Okay, then I guess I will.
Your reaction comes back at the start of your turn, by the way.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I will.
Go for it.
So yeah, drawing the sword, which does glow white and sheds light in a 20-foot. Oh, that's it's daylight.
Yeah, it's daylight. Nobody will notice. Don't worry about it.
Nice.
21. Yeah, you jam it through the creature as it tries to run by. Roll your damage.
Nice.
Plus,
D4.
yep. So 8 damage.
Oof.
8. The creature, it's a wolf. It's not super hardy. It's already on like a last leg as you jam the blade into it, but it does immediately kind of turn to you and snarl. It did use its action to dash, so it can't make a bite attack on you yet. But you very much get a sense it's going for you now. It is, but they're wolves, right? They don't have a ton of hit points.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go here, boy. Here, boy.
Yeah, you just hear that. The two other wolves are going to make strength checks to attempt to break from the
Jeez.
leashes that they have.
I'm not sure if we're rooting for this or not, because they could just go after the fucking goblins, too.
14. Well, they still have muzzles on, unfortunately.
Oh, I guess
They're just trying to get free. Unfortunately, neither of them manage it, so they're just struggling against it. Kessex, your reaction. Your turn is now.
Okay, then I
Where
will.
is Grod? Oh, Grodus is a 4.
I am bottom bear. Negative
Yeah, I
one
was.
damage.
I just didn't want to miss your turn.
Yeah, no, I'm last. That's why I'm so glad they think I'm on their side, because I didn't have an opportunity to activate my rune.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
how much time has passed since I started this, would you say?
Probably like 5. Probably a bit less than 10.
Less than 10? Okay, I still have my Isaac rune then up.
Sure.
Because it's a 10-minute thing, that's why I was asking.
Totally.
Okay, good.
So yeah, so
That's-
the wolf
Yeah.
stares you.
I'm just going to attempt to finish it. So
Go for it. Hits. You could not roll low enough to not.
kill
you
him.
want
goes
to
down.
bet?
Yeah, three hits.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
kind of slash once with the saber and then kind of just like jam it through. That last little like yelp goes out before the creature just falls. The flesh singeing from the radiant energy that falls from your weapon.
Okay. Free action. I put it back up. Like that cool little thing samurais do, where they swipe and then put the sword back up.
Nice.
Put the sword back up.
Yeah, where they do a cut and then they resheath it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Takes an
That
action to
style.
draw the weapon. Okay.
Yeah.
Action? Like, yeah, they're...
I'm joking.
Yeah, sorry.
Sure. You unleash the inner weeb. You
Yep. Yep.
Is there anything else?
I guess I'm just going to get between the chaos and Gallo for now,
Okay.
and then bonus action, take the potion.
Sure.
Hey!
You
Your
can
AC's better.
Add the potion as you like, as to what its taste and quality and viscousness is.
Alright, so the potion itself is actually more of a... It's more of a smoother liquid. As you drink it, it does have a sort of metallic taste to it, and as you drink it, you notice that your skin begins to harden into this almost, not scale-like pattern, but almost stone-like pattern, as it almost looks as though your skin is developing this almost metal exterior to it.
Very nice, Moonstone. And I am ready to continue.
As you
Sure.
say that, Moonstone's just going, "Ah, son of a bitch!"
Can I say something to Kessex, or is that on my?
Yeah, you can say like if it's like a short, like 7 words or less. Yes.
As he sees Kessex coming over, and the wolf has been taken care of, and he points in the direction of the tent. Bigger wolf, up.
Bigger wolf.
Bigger wolf!
Bigger wolf!
Okay. Then stand together. We shall take it.
No, we
Xavier.
are running.
The warg is already looking quite decently injured. Julius is bleeding. What are you doing?
Understood.
And crying.
And crying.
Jesus. Wonderful.
Also, the warg in front of me still has the advantage thing, right?
No,
No.
Moonstone used it with Ray of Sickness.
Yeah, for that whole 4 damage.
Hmm.
It's only for the first attack against it.
Got it.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so, first of fucking all, Xavier's just gonna kind of hold his hands out, his palms hovering up above the ground, and he just looks towards the warg and kind of looks over towards Grotus, and it's just made an internal promise not to hurt wildlife, but for you, I suppose I'll make an
It's a
exception.
monster, technically.
He doesn't know that.
It's technically not wildlife. That is a monstrosity.
I don't know what you're talking about, but either
I
way.
mean, it's still a monstrosity that's like just
Guys!
native to the world. Anyway, go ahead.
Roll your attack, buddy.
No, but before that, just with that same piercing glow inside of his eyes, if anything actually brighter, over time, wreaths of reddish flame begin to emanate from his mouth, his nose, and eventually it slowly brightens and brightens as his entire being begins to swirl with these magical flames, and he's going to activate the Mantle of Flame.
Okay.
What are you, Phoenix Sorcerer?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's just another word for homosexual.
Yeah. Phoenix flaming.
I mean,
you know?
I'm not
You
complaining
watch.
either way.
Julius, you look through the or not Julius.
What
Sorry.
robot?
Yeah, Julius. Julius, you look through the tears and see Xavier start to give off this bonfire-esque light. The eyes changing color and cinders falling from his body. Yeah, you can describe it if you want. Actually, I shouldn't.
No, pretty much spot on. It's just he's currently wreathed with flames, little puffs coming out of his mouth and his nose whenever he breathes.
Does that seem normal?
No, not in the slightest. What are you doing for your actions?
To be fair, you've associated flames with him probably by now. No, he's going to go ahead and he's going to raise his hand inside of the air, collecting a lot of the flames that are surrounding inside of the area, and just collecting it inside of a ball over his head. It's going to split into 3, and he's going to straighten his hand directly towards the beast, and he's going to catch Scorching Ray.
Go for it.
I love Scorching Ray. Such a good
It's a
spell.
very.
Definitely combos well with Phoenix Orc.
It certainly does. It's like shooting off 3 fireballs at level 3 or fireballs.
Let's see.
Pew, 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 pew.
15 hits. You also add your charisma modifier.
Yeah, so that's 5.
5. Okay.
She-
Misses unfortunately.
Okay, and last one.
Wait, what's your What's your charisma mod?
Oh, never mind. I was wrong. 4.
Okay, okay. I wasn't sure. So
I
yeah,
will-
one of the shots impacts.
Nah. Or go ahead. I
Nope,
was just gonna
if you-
describe something.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you can describe it.
All right. Yeah, no, it's just immediately as he's collecting this powerful wreath of flames that just collects inside of his hands, and as he's about to send it directly, at least in this case, I feel like Julius might see this, where immediately as he leaves his hand, the flames seem to be projecting out forward, but immediately, with a flash of his left blue eye, he kind of crumples over for a moment, as two of them just begin to fizzle out immediately, turning into what seems to be smoky or steam, not really sure. And only one of them ends up shooting out as he kind of clutches his own chest like, ugh.
Sure. That, would you like to move? We're not inside the warg's attack range, so you can move as you like.
Yeah.
Without getting the shit bit out of you.
Yeah. I'm not really looking forward to that, but if that's the case, then let's see, what areas can I move? Just gonna go ahead and give myself a little bit of distance.
Of course.
Why don't you join me over here and help me with this wolf?
You know what? Yeah.
Does just leave Xavier be underneath the giant ball of a warg?
You got this, buddy!
As a note, make sure you move in a way that does not move you within 5 feet of the warg, else it will be able to make an opportunity against you.
Okay, let me use the...
You mean leaving Julius rather
You should
than
be able to
Xavier?
get here. You should be able to move here.
I use the...
Yep, that's totally fine. With that, Grotus, attention is not immediately on you. You see arrows being drawn back now again. Kessex, you see the goblin shaman start to raise a hand, and the fire starts to twist faster and faster, almost preparing to propel itself towards him.
God damn it all.
Time to blow your cover, buddy.
That reminds
You know what? Grotus is joining the goblins. You're all dead.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck.
Grotus, well, first off, with my bonus action, I activate my my Hogrun, so I have resistance to all physical damage.
Okay.
I take out my hand axe, because I can't draw both in a turn.
Okay.
I take out one hand axe, and I will... Oh, Christ, what to do here?
Break the thing's concentration so it doesn't kill us.
You also got a warg inside a tent that can run out right towards you.
Number one rule, always destroy the spellcaster.
Yeah, I'm the only one in position, and as much as it makes me a massive target...
You'll be fine.
You have resistance to all damage. You're
You
good.
have teammates, and we love you. We
Your
will
resistance
protect.
to all damage, or is
No,
it just
physical damage. Just slashing,
Okay.
piercing, and
So
bludgeoning.
more reason to kick out the spellcaster now. Good job.
Grotus... Oh, Christ. Grotus walks up behind the spellcaster.
you watch the fire start to twist faster and faster? You would be considered for this attack if you wish to make.
Oh, fuck. The problem is I want to make my surprise attack when I'm giant size. I want one more round, guys.
No time.
You guys will be fine.
You're surrounded by a lot of people.
I know. Grotus will go running the 30 feet to here, because that's as far as he can get.
Okay.
And he will hold his action.
2.
If the Goblin Wizard unleashes attacks upon... I'm 20 feet, so that works. Unleashes spells upon... What do I want to hold my action for? Sorry,
Your
this
comrades.
is so much goddamn extra. This went to shit so fast.
Wasn't the worst way you could have started this fight.
No,
It's
it's
close.
not. We got pretty good with getting our fucking lizard folk free, so that's good.
It is certainly might be the deciding factor here.
Yeah, Grotus will look around and you know what? Grotus will hold his action, and he will. If someone goes down in this round, Grotus will use his action to throw his axe at whatever creature takes down one of my allies. Otherwise, I will pretend that I'm about to attack my allies.
Sure.
So it looks like I'm waiting for them to get in range, but I'm just going to attack anybody that downs one of them.
Sure thing.
Now, I have a
Julius,
question, Chris, before we move on.
you can
Because
stab him if you like. Yeah.
no, I would I be able to tell that he was under a facade with the goblins?
Oh my god.
You know the plan!
You can. Are you saying is like? Are you asking if you would know if he is on your side, or are you asking if you would know if the goblins think he is on their side?
No, we're good because Keith is right. Keith. Keith is right. I forgot. Yeah, that was mentioned in the plan, so never mind.
Yes.
We're good.
Okay. The ward. These like four legs just moving towards you, running. Your blood falling from you. What are you doing?
How bad does it look?
It looks pretty bad, especially with that little bit of scorching. It's fully there, but it is intent on you.
He's gonna swing his sword.
Go for it.
God, don't miss.
Don't say that.
You said
12 is one below.
Oh!
He just closes his eyes and flails his sword, completely missing it, just from how wimpy it was. He then, realizing he missed, kind of like stumbles back, like clutching this nat 20 arrow into the hip, because he's not looking great. And he just kind of whimpers a bit, and bonus action,
Cry.
he will
Gee,
cast Expeditious Retreat on himself.
God damn.
Sure.
What kind of hero are you?
The
He's
guy
doing his
Just
best.
like the spell, so I remember exactly what it does. I think
that
I
just
know.
lets you move.
Let's see. When you cast a spell, and then as a bonus action. Okay, so you have 60 feet of movement right now.
Well.
You already used his bonus
As
action.
at the next turn, I have 60 feet of movement.
Nope, this turn as well. The spell allows you to move at an incredible pace when you cast the spell, and then as a bonus action on
Yeah,
each
so
of
you
the
get
turns.
on
So you
both
have
turns.
dashed right now. You have 60 feet to move. You have not disengaged, so be warned of that.
And you
but
can't
you do have six-
disengage, but you
60 feet.
can only flee. Yeah.
That's not gonna cross his mind because he's terrified right now.
That is fair.
Let me put the thing on him.
Oh yeah, you are.
Boots. Just,
Oh, thank you. All right, and then he is just gonna like cowering in fear is going to.
as he expands the map.
Yeah, just move. I didn't expect this to be that. Shows what I did wrong.
Yeah, Chris, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. I thought you would have been meaner to me, Chris. You didn't have to just say it.
Oh, why are you bringing it back here?
What is this abusive relationship?
Also, I ran
so
into
the
I'm to the right of
I
Moonstone.
see.
Why are you dragging it to me?
It will make an opportunity attack against you.
So this might not even work because he might get knocked prone.
An
this is-
18.
Ooh.
You feel it. The jaws like catch. The like you've got kind of like not a cape but like a tabard.
So off to his left, Xavier just hears.
Whatever you're wearing on your back that goes like over your armor, be it like a cape or a tabard.
It's a cape.
The warg manages to catch that, and you just hear as it like tears it free, but doesn't manage to get you as it misses you by 1.
Just super speed despite the armor, just zips right on past.
See a smile and steam coming off of different areas of his body.
Goblins. Would they fire at Sickle is the question. I'll say Heath call high or low. If you're wrong, I'll have some of them fired at the lizard folk.
High?
It was a 6, so I'll have 2 fire at Sickle. 1 at Julius, 1 at Moonstone, 1 at Xavier. I have 1 extra. Anyway, I'll think on it as I hit shots.
Nobody's
So
going up.
at
Oh.
Sickle, hits and misses.
Is Sickle a monk?
No.
Dude, it's a barbarian. It's so obviously a barbarian.
Sickle is a level 5 barbarian.
Well,
Sickle is a strong, independent woman, guys. Get it right.
1 shot at Moonstone. 18.
yeah, that hits.
Sorry. 1 shot at. Well, no, we'll say 2 shots at Julia. The one running for his life.
Such
6
a
and
fucking move.
21.
Do you want
21 will hit you for 8. Yeah, what is with these rolls against you?
Are you conscious?
I'm still up, but not very much.
And 1 against Xavier. Fuck off.
God.
For 7 damage. Fuck off. This game is not for you all right now.
It was until we screwed up a stealth check.
Oops.
It'd be like that sometime.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you
With
still up,
that,
Oh,
Judah?
me? Oh, damn, I'm not that low. Calm down. I took 3 and then 7, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
there are 3 other goblins. I'm gonna say 2 of them are gonna attempt to fight Keswick, or gonna attempt to. Actually, no. I guess they'd engage in melee on Keswick. And 1 is going to attempt the unlikely shot of hitting a half-cover Gallo. So, Gallo, whatever your AC is, add a +2 to it, as you are below the ridge. Actually, I'll say, no, that'd be 3/4. So what's your AC right now, Gallo?
Hold on. I had my sheet and then I fucking lost it.
It's good,
15,
happens.
isn't it? 4 plus 1?
Probably.
I believe it's 15, so it'd be up
Okay.
to 17.
Well, so
20,
I'll give you
20.
3/4, but that goes like if you try to fire with a bow from down here as well. So you'll be up to 20 that misses with a 10. And then 2 scimitars against you, Kessex.
Oh, here comes the death of Kessex.
20 and a 16.
One of them hits.
A 20. Fuck off. 7 slashing again.
Out of curiosity, did that +1 to your AC make the difference?
Oh, actually, no, they both hit because they're both 16.
Oh,
Because my AC is 16. I thought it was 17, but so
Even
yeah,
with the
2 hits.
+1?
Yeah. My AC is 15.
All
Also,
right.
what did you say about me? So my AC went up, but then my
It was
range
just against
also-
this goblin because he's trying to fire where he can't really see you.
Okay, but my firing would be okay.
Not against him. Against maybe some of these closer ones, yeah. But you have to rise from the ridge to fire at basically anyone past the wolves.
I can't wait for Xavier to die.
Yeah, and that's all of the goblins. Wargs. I'm sorry, Xavier.
Come here, baby!
The ward cannot get out of the tent easily and has to make a.
Acrobatics or athletics?
No, it's more dex. The ward will have to use its action to get out of the.
The tent, okay.
So that one doesn't do anything. There is one going to make an attack against you, though.
Hi.
21.
Question. Exactly what is the sweet inspiration that you get? How does that work?
You can reroll any d20 that is.
That is
be it
mine.
ally-
Oh,
No,
anyone's.
other enemies too.
Oh,
Take
because
it to
you
a-
become real.
Take it into account, man. Look at your AC, work out your statistics, but yeah.
I'm fine, actually. I'll
Okay.
be fine. That is, if he does enough yeah, that's a
9
lot.
piercing.
Actually, it was very mediocre for it.
It takes 3 damage from biting you, correct?
1 damage.
1 damage, yes.
Oh, 1 damage. Okay.
Because someone
I'm a
decided
spicy meatball, guys.
Damn it, I was about to say that!
Make a strength saving throw.
One moment. I
Are you
am.
still conscious?
Yes, I am. Not if this thing does extra. Does this little throwdown do extra damage?
No,
I'm afraid.
to make... You're at 1
Wonderful.
hit point?
No, I'm at 2.
Oh,
I'm.
Really fine.
that's twice as
I'm
good.
wonderful, guys. Okay, strength saving. Okay. Oh.
You are dragged to the ground by the wolf. You are considered prey.
Oh, right.
I'm just gonna look at Julius and I'm gonna be like, and just say, "You won't be a hero, be his."
Julius, as you prepare to be a hero, as you prepare to save Xavier, the lizard folk's gonna do it.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on, I need to change this because she doesn't have her weapon. Hold on.
Yeah, no, actually, Moonstar wouldn't even have to call out because the minute he hears the scream of pain, he would immediately stop running and look.
I still call out.
He does not hear you. It's just blood pounding in his ears.
So,
I
Sickle's
tried
going
be a
to
character, but
take
okay.
the attempt to raid. You just watch as Sickle just gets lower and lower as she just runs towards the warg. She's going going to make a bite attack at advantage, as she'll be reckless for this. A 17 for minimum damage, but minimum damage is exactly
wait a
what she needed.
Oh, would have been +2 anyways
Oh, yeah.
because of range
Plus-
damage.
Plus 3, actually. She's
plus
like
3,
level
okay.
5.
Oh, okay, +3. In any case, killed it.
Yep. You watch Xavier as the creature is like brings you to the ground. Its jaw attempting to go for you again while you on fire. This lizard folk, heavily bloody, tackles into the side of it and just latches onto the throat before dragging this massive, like almost bear-sized wolf down to the ground.
May I just state, Moonstone is turned on.
Sure, if
Now
you
that's
wanna
a
be, I
woman.
guess. She
Fuck
kills
you,
it, and
hell.
immediately, like, you hear the goblins kind of like getting ready to fire again. She unfortunately doesn't have a weapon to move, but she's going to start moving back towards the goblins.
David just lays there, steam coming from his crotch.
With that, Gallo.
May have-
Oh, it's me?
Yes.
Hey, Chris.
All right, cool.
I don't mean to be a bummer, but didn't you say that Sickle was poisoned?
Yeah, but
So it would've been
Sickle,
flat
sorry.
Then it would have
Would
been
have been flat,
okay,
because
okay.
Sickle
I just
is
just
using
making
Reckless.
sure.
No, you're right. Thank you
Yeah,
for reminding.
You're right, but
Would've
still
been
would have been
flat.
flat due to the reckless, so we're okay.
Don't worry, Dylan. It's cool. I am okay with all of the outcomes. That and I had an escape plan, but that's just the point.
Dylan,
Hey,
Dylan just
I
wants
just
you to die.
No,
Hey, I
no.
just realized he just doesn't want to be the first to die. I just realized something though.
What?
If I hadn't done that 4 damage, the Morg would still be alive.
Yes,
No.
in fact, it would have.
No other cowboys. I'm tired of this copycat
Gallo, yes.
running around.
So, from down there, Gallo, you could fire at this one or this one, or this one, because he's a traitor scum, or the warg without suffering disadvantage. Or you could attempt to fire at one of the ones past the warg at a flat roll.
Okay. Remind me again. My range is 120. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, with short bow? Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I think it's 80 actually.
80. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Either way,
If
I
you
can
wanted to
reach
like
any-
rise up onto the shelf, you could take a shot at anyone just on flat. As a reminder, if you stealth before doing it, you will have advantage and trigger sneak. Or you can attack one of the ones by to trigger sneak attack.
Okay.
Without
So there's no tree line here, right?
No.
Do I have an opportunity to hide anywhere?
Yes, you have a ridge that is currently.
And
Okay,
Technically, if you came out of the ridge, you could technically hide behind the tents too, right?
Yeah, you can basically hide if unless a creature can like look directly at you.
And you said the warg is at disadvantage currently.
Flat.
No, if you don't. So. Okay.
Maybe I can tell you my plan and kind of.
Sure.
So, what I essentially want to do is hide somewhere where I'm still kind of close by enough where anything is in range of me, so then I could both possibly have my sneak attack or just being stealthy altogether because I'm injured and do not want to be seen.
Sure.
So.
So you know one thing you could do is you could attack one of these and you'd get your sneak attack on them.
And then you could attempt to hide.
Yeah.
Okay. So nothing, no other enemy I'd be able to do that for.
Nothing at your sneak
No,
attack,
unfortunately
no.
not, because you need either an ally or to be hidden. It is playing something. It's just very quiet.
Okay.
Crying.
In that case,
What else might I
then.
have?
Oh yeah, you guys actually have to turn the bot up like 90% in order to
Yeah,
hear it.
it's pretty quiet.
Hold on. We'll just switch the music.
I got it.
Oh no! Turn it down! Turn it down! Turn it down!
Yeah, in that
Oh!
case.
I told you to turn it down!
That sounds
How do you want to do that? Or what do you?
Alright, cool. So, yeah, I will, I guess, move. I have to be off of the ridge in order to attack it properly. I can stay where I am.
Which one are you?
The one that.
This guy or this guy?
This guy? No, you do not. You've got enough of an angle.
Okay, cool. Then I will stay up here and I will attack, and then it was a sneak attack.
Yep, if you hit, you can roll sneak attack. They are currently brandishing their shields. You gotta roll the attack.
Okay. I'm assuming they're holding their shield upwards.
It
Well,
doesn't
they-
matter,
they
just
have
an
a shield,
AC
doesn't
thing.
matter.
Okay. Cool. And
Nice.
24 will hit. Your damage plus
and
your
a-
2d.
3d6 plus 4.
Or 3d6.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, because you get 2d6 for the sneak attack plus a d6 for your bow.
What are you doing, Savior?
Plus
I
5.
clicked the infused bow thing because it flashed red.
So
11
roll one
plus
more-
5. No, that's one more d6. Yep.
So one more d6. So you did 12.
Okay.
Roll
Oh,
one
it's
more
a plus
d6.
5, not a plus 4, right? Because it's a magic plus 1
Because it's
bow.
an infused, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be 12 damage plus
Okay, 12 plus 1 more d6.
17.
You watch as it attempts to strike Kessex again, it just falls. The arrow, and you're like rooting itself in the bottom of the.
Alright,
And
yeah,
let that be a lesson. Nobody hits me twice.
Wow.
Gallo, you still have your movement and a bonus action.
Alright, yeah, in that case, I am going to head. So, right over. It's alright, I'm gonna head into there and use my bonus action, cunning action to hide.
Sure, roll a stealth check.
14.
Okay, it's not bad.
14. What does she? She's got a +1. All right. With that, Moonstone.
I'm just gonna dance around this wolf and just say, "Someone wants to help me with this, that'd be great." And then I'm going to also then say, "Light him up!" As I pull out a odd-looking device and throw it in this general area, as I will cast. Where's the damn spell? There it is. Fairy fire.
What are you casting it on? Oh, on those 3? Okay.
Yeah.
11, 15,
Fail.
20.
One of them fails. I hate having low DCs.
That happens, right? Early level. So the red marker will be the one that is currently lit up by fairy fire. I'll have advantage. Anything else, Moonstone?
I will. I got nothing.
Meow.
I don't suppose I can kick the wolf as a bonus action.
You could not.
Did not think so. That'll be about me.
All right. With that, Goblin Shaman is going to.
Change her ways.
Yes.
Ah, good.
For the better.
You don't have to eat these rocks.
Just double check one thing on my new to me. Did she have to make an attack to fire them off, or can she do any? As a bonus action on each of your turns thereafter. Okay. You would watch as she kind of brings 2 hands towards herself, and you almost watch that leather that's kind of surrounding her in a cloak start to refine and get to almost like a more sturdy substance. She's going to cast Mage. You then watch, like, you see, and Grotus, you can tell that she kind of looks to Kessex. The goblin is too close, though, for the second one. She's going to throw one at Kessex and one where she thinks Gallo is, because unfortunately she does not have a high enough stealth.
Do I get like some sort of bonus from being where I am? Oh, I guess that's an ally for her. Never mind.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Kessex.
Oh, that kind of bullshit.
A 9,
Oh.
unfortunately. You will take the full damage as you watch this little...
Unless someone,
Wait!
unless
I
someone would
wanted
like to
to
use...
give him it.
Are you sure? It's only 2d6 damage. Not ton.
Wait! I don't want to get no.
Okay.
No, I would like to. I would like to actually.
Okay.
I said
You
it.
can
I
reroll.
gotta go through with it.
Kessex, you can reroll.
Oh, okay. Fuck, thanks,
Just
man.
letting you know, even if you roll terribly, I won't feel bad. That was for you.
A 12
Wasn't any better. Wasn't
matches.
Yeah, I did it.
So
Hey!
you take half of 10. You take 5 fires.
Oh god, was that a good thing?
This little like small like detonation goes off. Gallo, you kind of look to where you were, and you watch another one. You are not there anymore, and she doesn't know where you are as you beat her passively. She's 4 meteors left. With that, we go to wolves.
That was just a trash can goblin just laughing at all these
I had another
attacks
wolf
are
somewhere.
missing.
Oh, right. It's already dead. I forgot that Keswick's killed it. Moonstone, wolf's going for you.
I did what blood hunters do. I stabbed something and then I'm gonna die.
Moonstone does the 15 hit you.
Teammates
It
of
does
Bloodhunter
not!
keep them alive at all.
The wolf is attempting to kind of bite at you, but in your attempts and wily feline ways, it does not manage to grab hold.
I just like to imagine it's just biting onto the plating around my foot, and I'm just like, stop.
Oh wow, both
How did
wolves
I
were
not-
free.
How did I not become self-aware of the fact that it's just a dog versus a cat?
You
Really,
just
you didn't
noticed
I don't know,
that?
especially because I made that joke like as soon as it started.
You underestimate
I
my
listen.
lack of
Both
speed.
of them are free. Both of them are fucking gone.
That's okay.
Can you-
To be honest, I was hoping to keep them as pets if they survived long enough.
They managed. They had it was a DC of 17 to get the rock get out free from under the. They both
Yeah,
passed
how-
it.
Best case scenario, as somebody that was standing next to the wolves,
Yeah.
I like
Kessex, there's this slight burn on your back from the meteor that went off. You see her and preparing to fire another set. There's still a goblin in front.
Yeah, Kessex will kind of just go ow, ow, ow as he's putting out the thing, and then at the same time draw his weapon and slice at this guy. Or actually, can I move right here and it be counting as flanking, or no?
I'll say if you want, you could move into there, but it's 10 feet of your movement, and you're kind of just like laying in the tent.
Well, I will let you know that like I plan on going in the tent after.
Sure, like I said, you can move here. I'm fine with that because like they're tents. You can fucking
Okay.
a kick takes them. So
Alright.
yes, you have a +2 for.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so
Deal hit.
plus
6.
7.
Oh, four.
Man, double
Wow,
that
double
once.
ones.
Yeah, no, I'm fucking awesome, guys.
You're doing better than I am.
You're still staying alive.
Can you said it's a free action to draw a weapon?
Yeah, you have 1 free action to turn to draw.
So I will draw a dagger and use my bonus action to attack.
The saber, unfortunately. Are you a dual wield? Do you have the?
No, that just means I can't add modifiers to it, though, right?
No,
You cannot hold
unfortunately.
a large weapon and a
Yeah, the
hold
saber is
like-
considered a. The
It's a
saber is not a
finesse
light
weapon,
weapon.
isn't it? A light finesse weapon? Because we just did rapier, but I just changed it to slashing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, both weapons need to be light if you don't have the dual.
Okay.
So if you used
My-
a scimitar, you could do it. But a saber,
Okay.
unfortunately, no.
Don't worry about it then.
See,
Then
that's
You can still put the dagger in your offhand if you want to do stuff with it.
no, I get more benefits from having one weapon.
But you'll look
okay.
cooler if you're holding 2.
Or 5, one in your mouth.
Yeah.
Man, you don't have a shield?
No.
I gotta build him one.
He's building one. It's in progress.
Xavier, the warg in front of you, lays dead, teeth marks in its neck, and you watch as the heavily injured sickle is turning and starting to run.
Run where?
As in back into camp.
Ah.
Turned on.
Alrighty.
What you got,
let's
Xavier?
see.
Come on.
You
Things.
can basically see everything in the camp as well. Like, I'm not going to restrict you on that. If it's in range, you're good to fire.
Got it. I think what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the original plan. Yeah, no. He goes ahead. Will spend the time to go ahead and stand up, but in that same area, he's gonna go ahead and collect some of the ashes that have fallen onto the ground from his body, and he's going to collect them, and they begin to glow again from what once was gray back to that deep red. And he's going to form a orb inside of his hands, but he proceeds to tear apart at that orb, splitting it into 2, and he's going to fire it at this one and this one. I'm using twin spell on chromatic orb to shoot. 2.
Okay.
So he gets advantage on the first gobble.
Yes.
Twin
Yep.
spell's the best.
So nice. But no promises though.
Oh, okay.
2
Yeah, it's not a big
ones.
enough.
16 should hit.
6. For literally its exact health amount. It's actually
Ah!
plus one more.
It's actually 17.
Yeah. Watch as the streak of flame slams into that. If you're firing at the wolf, roll again.
Oof.
A 5. You watch it kind of scrape across the ground, missing both Moonstone and.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of steam emanating from his hands at this point as he just kind of closes it and clutches his fist, kind of covering his left eye a little bit, but he's still pretty determined as he's going to go ahead and... I will say that he'll move just like a little bit back over here.
Moonstone just looks back at you, gives you a thumbs up as a thank you for trying.
He does not seem to acknowledge you entirely, but he's looking in your direction.
With that, Grotus.
Okay, for my bonus action, I will go to Big Boy Grotus.
Bane.
As I grow large, double in size, and I use my free action to pull out my second hand axe.
Okay.
Just fucking chuck it at her.
And,
The yeet and the oat.
I will... I'm thinking what I gotta do here, because there's some situations Strumming. I'll look over at my near dead. How bad are you looking, by the way?
Well,
Kessex.
Kessex always looks pretty bloodied and beaten up, but if I had to put it on a scale between 1 and 28, it's an 8.
Okay. Grotus will look around and kind of just take a... Fuck me. I'm trying to think of what's best here. Nope, I'm gonna go after that fucking wizard now. As I look around, I go... Look over at the Yumi and go... you fucking useless Yumis. And just rush over and take... without even letting like two... Whoosh! Take my swing right at the goddamn
Go for
goblin. This is an advantage because they didn't see it coming.
Yes.
They never see it coming.
Okay,
Never see it coming.
I will have none of that.
Persona 5. It's great.
I'm well aware. I will have none of it.
Oh, and
25 will hit.
And I need another D6 on that to 10 damage.
What is the additional d6 from?
My giant size.
Oh, that just gives you an additional d6 on attacks?
Yeah, it gives me a D6 damage every time I hit.
Sure. You plant it. You get a sense like there was maybe a suspicion now, before you did it, but yeah, now it's affirmed as to where your allegiances lie.
Starting to think there's something not quite right here.
She keeps up her minute meteors.
Action surge! Hit her again!
Go for it. A
14.
Would you give
Sorry,
it on the
I
second
accidentally
attack?
hit bless.
I guess you wouldn't give it on the second attack. 14. Unfortunately, she did get the chance to cast Mage Armor. That's what she was casting last turn. And her AC is up to 16 as you slam into leather and slide off of it.
Fuck, just bad rolls, damn it. I really need that crit. Alright, well, I'm at least in melee with her, so that's for something.
Yep.
Wait, did you not hit her at all?
I hit her the first time.
And we got her once.
Alright.
Got her. With that, we go back to Julius. Julius, the morgue is dead. The wolf is close by.
Yeah.
There's a rampage.
So he had been running away. He had paused at hearing the screams of pain of this creature attacking Xavier. Then when he turns and he looks, he sees the warg is dead now. Health-wise, how is Moonstone and Xavier looking?
I'm 18 out of 25.
If it weren't for the sheet of the heath of red color all around him, you'd probably assume that he's covered in blood.
Oh, jeez. Julius will run this way then. Rest a hand on your shoulder and use... Yeah, we'll use...
I think we meant to flame. I think you might burn at that.
If it's an attack from an enemy.
I think
No,
it's a touch.
Yeah, it said to touch.
I don't care, I'll truck through it. Julius will truck through it.
Nah, Mantle
Any
of
creature takes
Flame.
fire damage equal to your charisma modifier if it hits you with a melee attack from 5 feet, or if it touches you. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So how much health are you giving me?
Well, Julius touches his hand to his shoulder. It's just this really worried look on his face, and then he flinches at feeling the pain against his palm, but kind of gritting his teeth, he pushes through it, and he'll give... you said he's looking pretty bad?
Death's door bad?
Guys, I have 21 health points. I'm at 2.
Oh, God. Yeah, Julius just kind of mutters, I'm sorry, and will use all 15.
Okay.
Lay on hands.
You feel a loving embrace from whatever energies leave Julius' body.
I will say that when touching Xavier, you notice that while, of course, his body begins to wreath flames towards your hands and whatnot, almost as like a protective barrier, so to speak, you do notice that while it is there, there's also still that steam that keeps appearing.
Okay. And how much do I take in damage for touching?
1 damage.
1!
I forgot about this. Oh no.
So Xavier does see, though, despite all the cowardice and etc. and everything else, even though Julius is looking very bad himself, he will do all of that onto you. Kind of give you a very apologetic... It's a mixture of apologetic and also humiliated look on his face before he will kind of look in the direction where Boonstone is, and he will run.
I'm just going, he still
You
has
do
that...
not have that
smile.
much movement.
I have expeditious retreat on
Yeah.
me.
That's right.
At a bonus action every turn, he can die. With
Or-
that, we got Goblin.
Wait, what were you saying, Xavier?
Oh, no, yeah, he just has a wicked smile on his face, pointed towards these monsters. But all that being said, when he was healed, he did turn his eye over to you.
Got it. And then Julius runs that way. And
Sure.
can I do anything with my bonus?
Well, you used your bonus action to dash.
Oh, so I have my regular movement, and then the bonus is a dash.
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right, then yeah.
So for goblins, 1 will make an attack against Grotus with a scimitar. Defend the shaman. 18. Grotus.
Yeah, it hits. Sorry. I thought you knew. Yeah, sorry. 3
I did
damage.
I never care what my player's AC is. They can always tell me. That way I get to say, does a 6 hit? This against Kessex.
No.
I did not see what it is. Does a 6 hit? No.
Yeah. With that, I will say 2 shots will go towards Sickle. A 12 and a 12, both missing. And then 1 shot at the remaining 3 members. So Xavier, 13.
Yeah, that hit.
Okay. You take 4 piercing.
Understood.
That would have
Moonstone,
downed you.
17.
17 will hit.
And Julius.
Oh no!
Hold on, I do have to
Go.
make a-
I'm guessing I'm gonna go down, whatever it is.
Anybody want to use their inspiration for the sake of
I think
Well,
that's
it's
all.
not like your
7.
dancing lights was doing anything at this point.
That's exactly what you needed to make him go down.
I'm sorry to hear that. Unless someone wants to burn an inspiration.
Nobody's
I
got
do
any
have
left. We're all out.
Yeah, I don't
We've
think
used
anybody's
them
got
all.
me.
Julius, as you attempt to run by, you see this one goblin kind of was aiming a shot at Moonstone and then turns and you feel it, this shot that hits kind of lower stomach, and you kind of just like grab it for 1 second before Moonstone. You watch Julius just tumble forward and you are unconscious. With that, all the goblins, Grotus.
Here, puppy.
23.
That'll hit.
Yeah, puppy. Oh god! The creature
6.
bites on your arm and immediately starts pulling you towards the ground.
God, you're like a totem barbarian.
No, I don't.
Well, he's like a regular barbarian. You manage, like with your size and general strength, you manage to like kind of stuff it out. The creature doesn't manage to drag you down. With that, that's my last warg. We go to Sickle. Fucking these distances are ruining her.
Well, she didn't move last time.
Yes, she did.
She's
No,
at
she
like
can
half
attack
speed
Goblin.
too, isn't she?
Oh, she can. Oh, you're right. Give me each one. She will make 2 bite attacks. Flat rolls. Miss. Hit. Fucking
Munch,
just-
munch, 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 munch.
11. Nice.
For 11.
Doesn't she heal from those?
No, she only heals on this one, which is Hungry Jaw. 25. Fucking stop Discord. Could stop. She kills this one.
Nice.
With that, Gallo. Battle of the Titans. Fucking Grotus is about the size of a bear, Wolf the size of a bear.
Bear versus bear, God.
We're bigger than bears. I'm 13 feet tall.
Woo!
I mean,
All
bears
right.
standing up are like 11 feet tall.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, about that, but we're big bears.
All right,
You
so
don't- You don't have the weight of a bear, unfortunately.
I would technically weigh, because you quadruple your weight when you double your size,
Doing math.
1,080 pounds.
Damn.
Oh shoot! I lose my expeditious retreat. Oh crap!
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, you.
You also
Bears
keep
weigh
dying.
between
I mean, that's like,
bears weigh can weigh about 1,300 pounds.
okay. So
By the way, Chris, I did roll for my con save. I did fail it.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't matter at this point, but
It doesn't.
yeah, I guess
No, it
the
doesn't.
creature was dead
Uh,
anyways.
Gallo.
Alright, so I'm assuming I can still use sneak attack, right? Because
Yes,
right
you are
there.
hitting.
Yeah.
You can use it against anything that you assume doesn't see you.
Alright. Because
I
I
will say
cannot
just roll a
reach...
perception check to see if you know which ones can still know where you are or not.
Okay.
Because you got a 14 on your last stealth, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
24.
24. You can very much see it. After it tries to drag Grotus down, the warg still knows where you are. So you assume you wouldn't
Alright.
get advantage on the attack, as you unfortunately matched its DC, and because it already knew where you were, nothing changed.
Shit. Alright. Well... Either way, because I'm assuming I cannot hit the shaman or anything in front of Grotus, right?
You can
No,
hit
you
the shaman.
could.
I
I'm not gonna...
Alright.
You can shoot
It's a
underball
3D
legs.
space represented by a 2D area. I'm not picky about it. Because she's definitely going to hit you with fireballs in a second.
Yeah, once if the War Guardian knows where I am, she's gonna eventually know once I attack, so... Grotus is taking care of the big boy. So I will aim for the shaman then, since she doesn't know where I am.
Go for it. Make an attack with advantage.
Nice.
Make 24 hits. Roll
24.
damage plus sneak attack.
Okay.
Cannot shield that.
Okay, so sorry, it's been going through my brain. So it's 3d6 plus
3d6
5.
plus
5. Yeah.
20 damage.
fucking damn.
Yeah, can I describe it a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so he's his eyes are darting between all of the enemies that are around here. He sees Grotus wrestling with his big dog. It's Keswick's looking bad. However, there is one priority that he wants to get because he knows that she's attacking. For him, he will bring back the drawstring, even though his hand is a bit bloodied. But he steals through the pain and aims upwards. So then calculating his trajectory and goes and tries to aim right for. He's gonna aim for the chest, but if it could hit around her neck, that'd be great.
Sure.
Right under Grotus's legs.
Basically, lands like center
you feel
mass.
something just almost nearly
Uh-huh.
graze your testicles.
And minute meteors vanishes.
Nice. Yeah, the goblin's gotta be looking pretty rough after that, right?
Yeah, no, she's looking a bit worse. Worse for wear. With that, anything else? Do you have a bonus action?
fuck, I'm amazed that she's still up. 30 damage is enough to would have down anybody in a party almost. What's your
Crying
turn?
internally.
Moonstone.
Oh, sorry. I thought you Gala was still on their turn.
Oh, Gala
Oh,
still
sorry.
got their bonus
Oh,
action.
yeah, sorry,
Oh,
you're
that's right. That's right. In that case, oh yeah, I haven't moved yet. I won't move far. I'll still stay in the tree line, but I'm going to just move over a little bit and use my bonus action to try to hide again, because I could tell that the warg still knows where I am.
sure. Go for it.
So I'll move to like over there, and I'll roll stuff.
Okay.
24.
24. All right. Feel fairly hidden. Moonstone.
Seeing as my comrade just went down, I'm going to wheel around this wolf, take a large, and probably large needle out of my pack that has this red liquid. As I give it a tap, there's a certain spark to it. As I then just plunge it into Julius's chest, into his heart, and press in down the liquid. I cast.
Does it go through my armor?
Yeah, he has a.
Yeah, it is an improbably large needle.
But you said you had chainmail too. A needle would go in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll cast. Help on.
Cure wounds.
Cure wounds.
Sure.
I'm essentially putting I'm basically giving you an adrenaline shot.
Sure.
It's a stim
Right.
pack.
First level?
I don't have anything else.
Got it.
Are you out of spells now?
Yes. For 9 points of healing.
Ooh.
So you just wake up with me over you with this this large needle in your chest.
And probably tons of pain everywhere.
I
Yeah.
just gasp away like, oh god!
Focus, kill, focus, kill. As I gesture to the wolf and pull out the needle.
Ah!
And I don't suppose I could try to protect him for a bonus action.
No.
Okay, I will just stand there and
With
just kind of.
that,
I will just kind of like try to grab the wolf's attention and just be like, "Come on, you son of a bitch!"
For sure. With that, as the little tufts of fire kind of fade away from her head, you watch her kind of focus towards you. Brodus, I need you to make a wisdom saving.
God, crap.
Roll well.
Nope. Fuck,
A
I'm
3.
paralyzed.
You kind of feel it. Yeah, you're going for another swing, but unfortunately she burns a second level spell and casts Hold Person. And you just, oh, one chance, and now it's gone. You watch the goblin and ward quickly attempting to capitalize on it, but with that we go to the wolves. Wolf's gonna go for the cat. 23 for 9 piercing.
Ow.
Make a strength save.
Strength, you say?
Yes. You are dragged prone to the ground. You are laying beside Julie as a wolf attempts to maul you.
Well, it's
two
doing a
wolves-
pretty good job. I have 6 hit points.
2 other wolves are fucking gone. Kessex.
I'm gonna do the only thing that I can do. And I'm
You
just
do a lot
gonna.
of it.
Help.
No, I'm most. Well, I mean, I can't really leave without getting attacked. So.
I know.
Nope.
Kill the goblin.
Nice.
23 will hit.
And yeah, plus the. Oh, good.
Nice.
Right damage. Except when I roll it for my health, it's gonna be a
That is enough to kill, though.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
already injured.
Okay, and then duck into the tent.
Alright. It smells terrible.
And step over the goblin that's in there.
He seems to be a very heavy sleeper. And has not woken up.
I was about to say, if he is awake, I'm just gonna go shh, 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 shh as I step over him and move across the tent.
Okay,
With that,
Xavier.
Xavier.
Help!
I don't want to help.
Can you help the people who are getting mauled by a wolf who are within your range of influence?
He's in the range of everybody's influence. He's got movement.
Pa 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 words. Pa 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 pa. You guys are fine. It's the wolf guy.
As I'm getting mauled.
Well,
If any of us go down, we're screwed.
Yeah, we're out of
anybody,
healing.
if anybody goes down, they're screwed. That's the problem. We have no more healing.
Cats are scientifically better predators than dogs. I just think that you need to step up your fucking game.
You bitch. No more healing for you. No more math lessons for you.
Let's
Julius
see.
goes next. Before the wolves. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's a good
thinking
point.
of what else I could do. Okay. Yeah. I think. How's Grotus looking?
I mean, I'm paralyzed right now, so all hits against me are criticals.
Oh! Yeah. That's nice.
Gallows got your back. Don't worry about it.
Shut the fuck up. Running. I'm coming, sweetie. No.
Oh, you have to make your save at the end of your turn. What are you worried about?
Shut up,
I'm fine.
you guys are fine. It's a wolf.
And the several goblins who have arrows pointed at us.
They're
Xavier's
probably going to be
gonna
going
do
after
the
Lizard that's been ripping
same-
people apart.
Xavier's gonna do the same thing where he does the. Yeah. Fuck. Fuck. Everything sucks. I mean, everything is awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and just because it's the first thing that popped up in my head. I don't like taking extra time than it's necessary. I'm gonna go ahead and split the chromatic orb, and I'm going to shoot it at Le Bitch.
I don't know.
Right
what that's-
here.
What's the range on chromatic orb?
120.
Okay.
Or is it 90? Hold on, let me make sure.
I don't
It's
know.
been a while.
That's why.
90! No! It is 90.
10
So,
more
with that
feet.
being said, no,
Oh, damn.
unfortunately. However, I'm pretty sure. What does Firebolt have? Yeah, it does.
Firebolt's
yeah.
120, yeah.
If that's the case, then what I'm gonna do is that running over there, I'm gonna go ahead. Xavier's gonna go ahead and just. He's going to go ahead and, from a fist, he's going to flick out a classic little finger gun, and then that, kind of similar to that of a the rubbing of friction, little sparks are going to shoot to where it lights his finger in a white hot glow, and he's going to go ahead and shoot a chromatic orb directly towards the wolf first.
Okay.
Let's see. Please don't miss. That would be actually, you know what? I allow anything and all things to happen. Just do something. Oh no.
Yeah.
A 12 just misses. Once again, like scrapes across the side.
Well,
Kovac said it better.
See what happens when you allow anything to happen.
You're right. But that's fine. Because with that same quicken, with the same flames that are still on his hand, he's going to go ahead and point his finger in the other direction, and he's going to pop one for the Elder Goblin.
Go for it.
I love my stats, guys. It's great.
Oh,
A
no.
14 unfortunately does not break the mage armor.
Feels bad. Mate.
Wait, I
You
thought she
flash
lost
across the-
concentration on the mage armor.
Mage
Mage
armor
armor
is
is
a
not
con
concentration.
spell.
She lost
Oh, you're right.
concentration on my
The
nuke.
meteors.
That's right. That's right.
Hey,
Unfortunately, Xavier, your second shot does not. Anything else?
Be like that sometime. I have nothing else, so that
Hey.
will end my turn.
Wisdom
Grotus,
save.
wisdom saving throw. DC 12.
6.
You are still paralyzed.
Figured I would be.
Julius, you are awake and prone.
Okay. He'll stand up.
You're just seeing as a wolf, like as I get up, as I just pull the needle out of you, a wolf just tackles me to the ground.
He'll try to bring the sword down. Let's see.
That'll hit.
Nice.
That's enough.
And he'll chop off its head.
You do so.
Ah, fuck. Thank you.
So now there's just a bleeding head on top of Moonstone.
Okay, I really hope you don't. Oh Christ! I hope you
You're
don't have
15
any.
feet.
Diseases.
You're 15 feet left to move.
We got work to do.
Looking over the battlefield. Would I even see Grotus's situation?
You see Grotus standing still above the tent. I don't mind you guys
Grotus or
sharing
Kessex?
some.
You probably noticed that I'm paralyzed, since, most people still move, but I'm just in like a still statue motion, standing 13 feet tall.
Okay, realizing that things are going pretty bad over there. Yeah, he will use his last spell slot to cast Expeditious Retreat on himself again.
Okay.
So I still have just 15 feet, or with that?
You have 45 feet right now.
All right. We'll run this way.
And I'm about to get fucked, guys.
It's very possible.
And that's my turn.
All right.
Oh,
With
no.
that, Gobbo,
Hits me
Boblin.
with advantage.
Boblin the Goblin, 21.
That'll hit, and he gets an auto crit, so this is
I'm
fun.
aware.
Oh,
You don't
no.
gotta kill me. 1d6 for 9 damage.
To 4.
With that, 3 goblins are going to attempt to attack the lizard.
Running as fast as I can.
Hitting, missing. She takes 2, 6. They are going to start scattering in hopes of not killing.
Very smart decision on their part.
Yeah, you're close enough.
Ruh-roh.
Scimitar attack! 18 misses.
Ooh, just misses.
And with that, the war.
This is what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt,
I'll be
guys. It's gonna hurt a
afraid.
lot.
No, it's not. No, it's
It's gonna
not.
hurt a lot.
Nope, okay.
No, it's
You
not.
take-
4d6.
4d6 plus 3. Half
It's
your
not gonna
fireball.
hurt at all.
Ah,
It's not
Yeah.
gonna hurt at all, guys.
Even if he rolls max,
Don't
he can't
be.
knock me out, guys. I'm okay.
Don't say that.
16 reduced to 8.
I'm up,
and I believe
guys.
Hopla!
Oppa!
you automatically fail the strength saving throw and are knocked prone as well.
Not really my concern at this point. I'm at advantage regardless
we
of
not?
what fucking happens.
That the wolf doesn't know where the other ones went, so it's going to just flank around to make sure. With that, we go to Sickle. Sickle is going to run this way, make 2 bite attacks at straight rolls.
Nice.
Both hit.
Nice.
Hit and kill.
I'm so glad
just-
that I was able to convince him to let Sickle out. That was
It
I think that's
was-
gonna be the clutch move here, guys.
It very much was. Because unfortunately, starting the combat with the Shaman's Own Warg was not was an unfortunate oversight.
Mistakes happen.
Gallo.
Alright, so the warg is sniffing about. Do you not want? It's already bitten me once. Let's see. How are
pretty-
both?
By the way, Grotus is paralyzed, lying on the ground.
And Grotus is lying on the ground. Yep. How are the warg and the shaman doing? What are they?
They're kicking the shit out of Grotus.
To be fair, though, I
How
don't-
are they doing? Did you ask?
Yeah. How are they doing?
The
What are
warg
they
hasn't been
doing?
hit
Yeah.
yet.
All right.
The
and
shaman's looking a bit.
a bit what you.
Rough.
The shaman is looking rough. The warg has not been touched yet.
Okay. Do I? Yeah, I don't like this large dog, and it can sniff me out. big concern. So, does the warg? Do I know that the warg has spotted
The
me?
warg, as far as you know right now, has not spotted you.
Okay. Then
Grotus, you picked the two worst people to be next to. Neither one of us can help you.
You could, but you're not. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Yes.
in this case, I'm going to take the risk because I saw Kesix, though I don't know how well he's doing at the moment. But okay, I'm going to sneak attack then the warg, and I'm going to, if I can, aim for its head.
Sure.
So,
Roll an advantage as you were hidden from it. You don't need to link that.
Mother.
16 will hit.
Oh, that's right.
You had advantage.
Okay, here we go.
Kill it.
It's at full health, and she cannot kill it. Or he cannot kill it.
16.
But certainly can get kind of close.
Nice.
So yeah, he once again will draw the bow. We'll aim for the head, and we'll try to, if he can, if the arrow hits, he know that he can land it, but it will try to get for one of the ears.
Sure. So he's with
Actually,
that.
actually, can I go for the eye instead?
Sure, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
With that, Moonstone.
I will stand up for 15 feet of movement. I will move to here,
Okay.
and then I will use my feline agility to double my movement speed.
Sure thing. So you have another. How does that actually?
You get double movement speed, but you can't use it again until you don't move again.
Yeah. But you have to use it when you start moving. So technically, you've only got another 15 feet. Because your movement speed becomes 60 for this turn. You have to use half of it to stand.
Yep, that's
You
true.
got another 15 feet.
Alright, in that case I will move to here.
Okay.
And I will cast Ray of Frost on the goblin next to Julius.
Go for it.
I will
Miss
never
it.
hit. I will never hit with this spell.
Potentially not. With that, Goblin Raid Boss. Gallo, did you attempt to hide again?
They
You mean
forgot to.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I didn't use any of my movement. I didn't say so. Oopsies.
How will they go about this? They've only got one other spell that's not concentration do damage. She's gonna fire a first level magic missiles at you, Gallo.
Oh no!
Those are
I
on.
hope
You
you
take 2, 3,
8 damage.
total of 8 damage.
Okay.
Are you
I really
alive?
thought that knocked you out, actually.
I'm at 11, so.
Oh, you're.
Oh wow, you have way more health than I thought.
Yeah.
You had 11?
Yeah, I was at 11.
What's your max
'cause
HP?
Yeah, they
21.
were at 11.
Oh, they were at 11.
I
Oh,
was at
okay.
11.
I thought you said you still had 11. I was.
Oh, that's the impression
Um,
I was under.
And she's gonna back the fuck up. With that, Wolf is dead. Kessex.
There is two of them, and I think. Fuck. All right, I think the warg's more dangerous right now. Actually, the warg's not going after Grotus at all, right? He's leaving.
Yes, it is. It's beating
Oh,
the
yeah,
shit
okay.
out of him.
I thought it was leaving and going that way. That's why I thought.
No.
So I will come out, and I can't flank against the monster, right?
I'm not a
no,
threat
unfortunately,
because I'm paralyzed.
yeah, paralyzed is not
Okay.
a threat, so no.
Then I will do Blood Hunter things, and I will mark him.
Okay.
Oh.
So
No idea
watch
what
this. This is gonna be 4. because I've rolled ones all night. Roll it. Yeah, 4. 2
Oh,
What?
So, okay. But I have advantage on the attack now. And I will do extra damage. So,
4 hits,
Nice.
at the very least.
Saber. There we go. 12.
nice.
Oh, good.
Do you still have your? Wait, do you still have your right?
That was my right. That is marked
That-
damage.
Oh.
That is enough,
Two
though.
rights. Oh, that's enough?
Hey!
That is 1 point over enough.
Hey!
Okay. And then I will move here and spit some blood on the goblin so he's not looking at Grotus anymore.
Sure.
Careful with that, it's valuable.
Savior?
At least I'm being a good meat shield, guys, because that damage would have killed anybody else in the party.
Oh, 100%. I would have.
Look at my damage, it's been all fucking ones.
It's been unfortunate.
At least you rolled the
unfortunate.
7 for that, though.
At least you can do damage. I haven't done shit.
You pick somebody up, that's very important.
I mean, that's fair. You're welcome, by the way.
I've only had
you
one
racist piece of
attack
shit.
so far, guys. I've so far just been here taking hits.
And you've been doing a great job of it.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
Okay, Xavier, what you got, buddy?
Okay, yeah. Terrible things are occurring.
Still got that goblin wizard in range.
Just making sure. Oh my god, he is a decent bit away. All right. Yeah, I think I will. Okay. Yeah. Terrible things are occurring.
Oh, it's not important, but Kessex, when he marked the creature, would have mumbled a bunch of primordial under his breath.
Sure thing.
But just some flavor for you.
I like flavor.
I like flavor. Me too.
Is it strawberry? I love strawberry.
Let's buy some of this chicken. But let's see. Yeah, no. He's gonna go ahead and run forward, and immediately afterwards, clutching his chest for a moment, there's a weird influx with his left blue eye, and before the rest of y'all, he goes ahead and will, for a moment, poof out of existence, turning into a wreath of steam before reappearing over here using Misty Step.
Okay, and you're using your movement as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
And immediately afterwards, he's going to go ahead and just with a wheel of his hand, he's going to go ahead and cast a firebolt directly in her direction.
Oh god,
Sure
please hit.
thing.
Don't say that.
Believe.
That misses. Yeah.
16 was the number to beat, unfortunately.
Stop saying please hit. My luck
Grotus.
is terrible.
Roll me a saving throw. DC 12.
Fuck me. I'm gonna do terrible. Here we go.
It's always possible.
Stop jinxing
You are
yourself.
still paralyzed. Julius, there's a goblin trying to stab you.
Mm,
Your cape has been lost. Exactly what it stabbed you.
mm.
Oh goody.
How bad is Grotus looking?
I'm fine. I'm not dying. But I do need. Take care of what you gotta do. I am not like on death's door yet. I've got enough
I
to
can
take
get-
a few hits.
All right, I can help you out next round then. So Julius will turn to this one next to him and attack.
Go for
There's
it.
very much the look of nervousness on his face, but he kind of like grits his teeth and go for the attack.
A 17 will hit for a very heavy
Feels like
hit.
to roll good.
He is still standing, but not strongly.
Hmm. Yeah, okay, I'll have it. That'll do it now. So bonus action, he's gonna use Channel Divinity for Peerless Athlete.
Sure thing.
And stay there. That's his turn. Actually, is he gonna risk it? Is he gonna? Yeah, he's gonna risk it. He's gonna go over there. Attack of opportunity. Go ahead.
It is with a scimitar. Well, scrapes across the armor.
All right, that's my turn.
You still got 30
Alright.
feet of movement.
Yeah, you can still. Well, no, you use Peerless Athlete, so no, you.
Yep.
Oh,
shoot.
no, okay, yeah.
Or you, sorry, he does. With that, goblins. Yeah, he's gonna keep fucking chasing you. This will be a Benny Hill song. I'll make it. This scimitar is against Grotus. 15.
That fit and misses! I guess AC 16. Oh,
He
God.
scrapes across your well-made armor. With that, goblins are
'Cause I
done.
spit in
Warg
his
is
eye.
dead. Sickle is going for another goblin. Oh wait, whoops! These goblins got to attack still. I forgot. Sharp sickle, one hits. Doesn't matter. She's still got like 30 hit points to go.
Nice.
She's a fucking demon.
She is a level 5.
Level
frenzy
5,
Well,
yeah.
May I suggest that that Sickle would be able to reach the wizard actually where they were.
demon.
They were just in 40 feet. I measured it out. So if there was a target, it's 20, 35, 40.
From here,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
they're
40.
one space short
Shouldn't be. You sure? 20,
from.
35. No, you don't. But can't they cross diagonally here?
They are.
Like this? No.
Oh, I see how
This
you're
way.
trying to do
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Like this, right? 'Cause-
Yeah.
It's not really. It's just barely over the corner of the ditch, but it's not actually kind of.
Yeah.
5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. No, because if you actually count out the squares like you're supposed to in game, where every other diagonal is an extra 10 feet of
That's
movement.
technically how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say no, because I don't want to give the boss kill to an NPC if the boss is going to be killed at all.
Yeah, fuck
They
you,
could dash.
Grotus.
Are they gonna dash?
Yeah, so they'll dash and close the distance, though.
Yeah.
The other two goblins down here are going to attempt to vanish. That's a shitty stealth. That's a good stealth. You see one of them still here and the other vanishing.
Don't worry, guys. I can see him with my 8 passive perception.
Uh,
I miss Xavier. Or not
So
Xavier.
called Gallo.
Klaus would be better here.
What I noticed with my
Klaus would be
passive
better in a
perception,
lot of situations.
people are talking, cannot hear Gallo.
Would I notice passive perception if there's with
You
my
are
distance, of course.
Far away from that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
You are over 120 feet from them.
Yeah.
Sir, you would not.
Nope. Alright,
There's
so
still a
even-
little wizard fuck fleeing from us.
And she is in my range.
Don't forget the stealth to get advantage.
Yep. So I
There's
am
an ally
going
next to him, though.
Yeah, but you still don't get advantage for the ally.
Oh, do you not? My bad.
No, you
Yeah,
only get
but
sneak, not advantage.
if I hide first, which I will do in my thingy. 12?
12. You're not sure. I'm stumbling a bit.
Not
You're
sure.
tired. You
Right.
might be hidden, you might be not.
And that would that affect my sneak attack then?
It would just give you advantage or not. You'd still get sneak either way.
Okay.
But you do still beat hers because she's got a passive perception.
Alright. Like I said, we'll do it anyways. I will aim towards her with my bloody.
Fuck off!
15 misses.
Shit. Alright, yeah, in his attempts, he could see her in the distance and he knows that he could hit, but given his health for a moment, his hand shakes as he's pulling back the bow and it just misses over her.
Moonstone. Oh, yeah. Flies over. Moonstone.
I will run partially over to here. And I will shoot a ray of frost at that goblin there, attacking
Go
Julius.
for it.
God damn it, I really want to hit it.
It's possible you gotta hit a... Nope. With
Why
that,
can't I hit anything?
the Goblin Raid boss.
Oh, wait, I still have 5 feet of movement.
You do.
So I will get to here.
With that, Grotus, you watch in your paralyzed state the Goblin Raid boss being harrowed by she puts her hands near inches apart. You start to see the air seemingly throw and charge, and with a clap, there is a blast of thunder. As Tickle needs to make a con save.
She's a barbarian, she's got this.
She does,
Don't call it until afterwards.
16.
That's a save.
So she takes half of 11. So 5 thunder.
And it's not
And...
Damn. What's
Oh,
up?
bear.
I'm sorry to say it is not that spell.
Oh, okay, my bad.
What spell is that?
Thunderstep, you bitch!
Thunderstep.
Ah, bitch!
And as
I saw the 3d10 and it just struck
Yeah.
me.
she will use her bonus action to hide after teleporting 90 feet in a direction for an 18.
We're all fucked. I'm fucked, guys.
Uh-oh.
Where she went, none of you notice.
She teleported back in the fucking tent.
She can go anywhere within 90 feet that she can see.
Fuck.
With that, Kessex.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna be able to get to her this turn anyway. I'll just hit this goblin.
Go for it.
Did that roll? I'm clicking these things and they're not rolling. There we go.
10. Unfortunately, you miss.
Yeah.
Xavier.
Man. Oof.
Get it? Yes, there are beings still alive. Just gonna go for the firebolt at this gobbo right here.
Go for it. Which one? Okay, that one. Cool. Go for it. Five.
Heck.
Fortunately misses. These
Miss-
are some unfortunate rolls, everyone.
I'm cursed.
It's very possible. Anything else?
Sit and or cry. No.
Can I cry as a
will
bonus
move
action?
over here.
No, not on the roll. Yeah, move where you need to within 30 feet. Make me a wisdom saving throw, Grotus.
You got this!
Hey, you're free!
I'm free.
Yay!
Julius.
So pro, but no longer.
Does it take an action to glimpse around and see if I see her?
Yes, that is a detect.
Nah, I was very hyper focused on one thing, so he'll focus on that. So
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Goblin making another opportunity
45.
attack against you.
Yep, he's gonna run. He'll run this way, hop over the campfire, and bring his sword down on this one here.
We'll see if you
Sure.
get hit first.
Damn.
True.
Yeah.
He's
Bring your
still
ass
standing.
back there.
Wait, isn't that an auto
He's still
smite?
standing.
No,
Wait,
no.
isn't that
an auto smite,
That's not
though?
how smite
Oh.
works, man.
That's not how smite works.
I'm sorry,
If
I'm
you
thinking
crit,
something else.
you want to smite, but that's not how it works.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why
Uh,
you'll see if I get a smite with Darcy, I'll
Yeah.
usually be like, let's throw a smite
With
onto that.
Yeah,
goblins. One of them still thinking he might be paralyzed is going to attempt to hit you, Grotus. 21.
That hits.
for a 2.
You got
And one's
advantage
going to
anyways
attempt to-
because I'm prone.
Oh, right. And then the other one is going to... Yeah, it's gonna... Well... No, it's going to...
Well,
disengage from Moonstone as its bonus action and dash 30 feet off into the woods. I'll put it there for now, but it is 30 feet.
Moonstone get attack
Ward-
of opportunity?
No,
I will.
disengage is a bonus
Oh,
action.
he disengaged. Got it.
Sickle will attempt to look. So I put the dice back in the bag. Where did it go? Where did my D20 go? I'll use the...
That sounds like a
Why am I
hefty
using a D-
dice.
It is. I don't know why I used a die instead of rolling in game. She got a 10. She's got a 1. 14. She does not spawn
She's still in range to murder a goblin.
it. She is, but she used her action to try to find the.
Oh, that's right.
Sean.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Gallo. Oh, there is one running to your east and one still fighting to your southwest.
As well as a hidden goblin, you'd have to roll to see.
Yeah,
If anyone's gonna make that, it's probably either you or me.
I was about to say, because Gallo was already kind of keeping an eye on her, he's going to use his action to try to also look for her, because
Okay.
she's a sneak.
Make a perception check as your detect action.
I really like Inquisitor.
13. Wait, that's
Yeah,
performance, my
She
bad.
still rolled an 8. What's your perception mod?
4.
4. You don't
So
see any
12.
sign of her.
Yeah, alright.
Moonstone.
Well, in that case, I'm
Oh,
also
yeah.
going to use my bonus to try to hide again.
Go for it. Moonstone can do what you wish.
15 stuff.
Because I don't think she's gonna come back to bother us in the short term.
I wouldn't guarantee that, but
Well, how hurt did she look before she left?
She looked pretty bad.
we don't want her to get away either. I mean, we got one
What-
goblin left, man.
2, actually. But
Oh, they're running.
Well, one's running.
Yeah.
Moonstone, what are you doing?
fine. I'll take a look for her.
Sure, roll a perception check.
Alright, game. You owe me at least this.
You
Awesome.
just jinxed it.
Oh. Yup, I have been trying to get people to stop jinxing themselves, but you know
Game?
what? It's fine.
You owe me. Alright. Let me see here.
my
Perception?
desk.
Perception.
I'm knocking on wood as hard as I can.
21.
Yeah, it worked.
I told you the game owed me!
Only because I knocked wood.
You get a sense that she is another 60 feet past this point and is
Where?
rolling the other direction.
Which
Way
way?
in the corner here. She teleported in this direction. Okay, actually, I might be on GM Layer still. No, I'm on object.
No, I see.
She's another 60 feet away.
Alright. I will use my 30 feet of movement to... Well, let me see where that is. I'll use my 30 feet movement to go there, and then I will say to everyone... Oi, she's going south side! Assuming that way is south.
That was to her turn, and Moonstone, sorry to say, you watch at a distance as you call out and catch the very last glimpse. You watch her utter an incantation,
Oh,
and her form vanishes away. She casts
She cast what?
invisibility. You watch her just...
Fuck.
She's invisible. God damn it.
With that, Kessex, still a goblin.
Yeah,
Technically, though, should not have been able to stealth, though.
Pardon?
Because
Oh, yes,
invisible
she
or
could. She's a
not-
goblin.
I thought they could only... Oh, disengage and hide, you're right, yep.
Disengage and hide. Yeah. 16 hits.
Fucking goblins.
You kill.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Then I'll look up at Julius. Thank you for the help.
Of course.
And I will use my movement to go this way. But let's most likely to
Eye
know
out with your passive perception. You
Yeah.
can see the last of these goblins running. You don't see any sign of the shop.
Yep.
Xavier.
Well, all the gobbies are dead except for
The guy up top running.
yeah.
There's one on the bottom also trying.
Well, I mean, Xavier only really kind of solved that one more so I'm gonna go for that one.
Go for it.
Don't worry, guys. We can interrogate the injured one in the tent.
Hey,
Turns out
technically,
he's
we
actually
did what?
just been dead this whole time.
That's my luck.
Sorry,
That's
Xavier.
It'd be like that. I'm fine.
Grotus.
Grotus will stand up, pissed off as all hell. Look to where the stop was, takes us 5, 10, 15 movement. And I'm just gonna try to see if I can find the bitch through a super lucky roll.
Roll a perception check.
12. Nope.
12. No sign of her. You see the goblins scattering in every direction, no hope to order, simply hoping to survive.
Bonus action, I'm going to use my second wind.
Go for it.
So 7 hit points back.
Julius.
This one up here, that's still within sight?
Yes.
Alright,
It's
taking
like
in...
30 feet off there, but yes, still within sight.
Oh, 30 feet off?
Yeah, he's 30 feet to the northeast because I can't make the map that long. Like, I can't make it this distance
Yeah, in other
larger.
words, he's about 100 feet from you.
Yeah.
This one over here, though, would be within sight.
Yes, that one is where he is in the map.
Do you have anything you can do?
She's still.
Kinda-
He's still got just what's it called? Dashing.
Yeah, they could reach.
That's right.
Taking in the scenario really quickly, and then taking in the fact that it's the only person we found here is Sickle. Not the person we're looking for. Right?
Not specifically the person. No.
Okay, so he will kind of give like a little nod of his head to himself, and with the quick movement that he's still got, he is going to run towards this one to the southwest
Sure.
and grapple it.
Distance, God.
You.
I think you're a bit short. Or where were you? You were.
They were 80 feet away, so you would have to use your dax action to reach them. Nikki can't grapple.
Yep. Yeah, my expeditious retreat.
Yeah, but that'll
Yeah,
get
but you can only
60
move 60 feet, right? Because your movement's 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 60 bonus and then my regular 30 for movement, right?
Yeah,
you
but that
can't
would be using
grapple.
your action and bonus action, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to grapple yet.
Oh, well, it's an action to move?
Well,
an
it'll be an
action.
action to dash, because you've got 30 feet. Your dash gives you another 30 feet,
No, bonus action to dash because of my
Which gets you
expedition
60
retreat.
feet.
which
You're
is 60
80
feet.
away, Nikki.
You are 80 feet away.
Yeah, so okay, so hold on a second.
You would need your action.
Dash
and bonus
doesn't
action
double
and
your movement.
Yeah.
It's only
Yeah.
you can only move your speed again.
Yeah. The only reason I can double my movement is because that's a thing with my race.
Oh, so expeditious retreat doesn't actually give you like the 60 dash. It just gives you an extra 30 to work
It
with.
gives you an extra.
Yes.
Yeah, your dash gives you 30 movement.
It lets you work like a rogue. You get a dash of 30 feet as a bonus action.
And then I don't get the regular movement anymore.
No, you
get
do.
your regular
Like, so you
movement.
move. You get 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet, and then the dash just
Bonus
is another
action,
extra 30.
another 30 feet. But you are 80 feet from the goblin. Meaning there's a 20 feet distance that you cannot cover.
Okay,
unless you
okay,
use
hold on.
action.
My understanding of expeditious retreat was wrong then. I thought it was like you get your typical 30 feet movement, and then the dash movement is the 60.
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, okay, got
Dash is
it.
an additional 30.
Got it.
I mean, you can still get up on him and take an attack of opportunity.
Well, no, because of gobbles.
With Expeditious Retreat, she would be able to run it down eventually.
Yeah.
Or he would be. It's the hair.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll just use my full then to try to eventually catch up to it.
Sure thing. For the sake of this, is anyone else going to attempt combat against the goblin?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
I'll regroup with everyone.
I am gonna try my action one more time to see if because I was told she went invisible and was going
Southwest, and she was about
Southwest.
100 or so. Well, she's like way far away from you. Because she was
You're like 200,
130
feet
here,
away, so
about
you're not
200, 300. Yeah,
So
You
no
could
matter
get
what I
60
do,
feet
I
closer
can't.
and then try, but it's probably not going to work.
I'd allow you to try, but
I'll try it.
go for it.
I'll do
Roll a perception check.
60 and 24.
24. I'm terribly sorry to say. She rolled a 26. But it's still on advantage. She has a +7.
Damn.
Also, how many fucking crits are you gonna roll?
Yeah, no kidding. Also, I feel like I just have to disregard them now because it's bullshit. I'm terribly sorry to say, but
Can Zacho donate like one or two of them to me?
Hands one to
Considering
me,
I'll
hands one
never
to
hit
me.
one apparently with Moonstone.
See, I have not been saying anything about my rolls because I do not want to jinx.
The one time I
simply
do
let
and
it
it works.
Nope, I am not. I am saying nothing. I have no comments.
I will say this. As combat is winding down, as I'll let Julius attempt some grapple checks to see if he can catch a goblin.
I got advantage.
You do. I will say with your natural 20 perception, you feel like you can identify a trail.
Identify a what?
A trail. The way they went.
Mm-hmm.
You believe you may be able to follow it for some distance. The question is if you are willing to.
A trail for who? Just
The
the goblin
invisible
that's
wizard.
For the
closest?
goblin mage.
The goblin mage.
goblin
We
mage.
got tracks.
I'll just look
Okay.
at Gallus and just
You
go.
believe you might be able to follow them for a bit.
Okay.
I
just look
think-
at Gallus
I
and
think her name
Gallus
was
just-
Rotus's Bane, right?
What were you trying to say,
But-
Moonstone?
Moonstone just looks at you, just shakes his head no, just like we gotta take care of ourselves here.
He will look at him, and he's bloodied, and he's considering.
Yeah. You can see the
And,
blood is also like staining his bleached fur, by the way.
Yeah, Gallo. He's on a scale of 1 to 21. He is at a 3. He's not looking great, but he will furrow his brow and will say, "Just for a bit, I'm going to follow a little bit. I won't go far."
You're gonna get
He's gonna
yourself
start.
killed if you do that.
He's
Oh,
going
shit.
to.
Yes, you catch the
Uh,
goblin, Julius.
good job.
It's like shit.
Fuck, shit. He's gonna go. Given that he has to run all the way across camp, I'm assuming he's not going to be able to catch up, which is not what he wants to do. But he wants to just catch the trail and the general direction of where they're headed.
You have a general direction. You don't know.
Okay.
Those are things you already got with an actual 20.
Okay.
So you're good. Basically, we have that option if that's something we want to
If
pursue.
you
Yeah.
want to attempt
Okay,
to track
yeah.
the goblin, it's
In
not
that
impossible.
case-
But
My vote's
How-
no, though. I have 3 hit points.
be warned, she
I got
is
like 6.
she is a caster.
Yeah, I was about to say next then, considering that, so I already know the direction of where she is. How is everybody looking? I'm assuming really bad.
Very bad.
Yeah, in that case, he will instead nod to Moonstone and say, "A raid is already enough, but I know where she's headed."
Alright, good. We'll take care of that probably the next day. Hey, Sickle! You miss us?
The lizard folk is panting, heavily injured, and doesn't say anything.
Alright.
Is
Julius, yes,
What's
combat is over.
all right?
Julius,
Kessex will sheath his. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
you managed to catch a goblin who fights for his dear life. What are you doing?
Can I yank off its weapons?
Yeah, easily enough. I'll say that fearless athlete. You don't try
Alright.
on.
Alright, with the goblin tucked under his arm, he'll walk back to the group.
Football carry.
With a goblin tucked under your arm, a hostage caught, and seemingly the idea of not immediately killing it. We will end there.
Nope, sounds good.
Next, get back to most likely goblin interrogation, I had to assume.
Yep.
Ooh,
that
let me
talking
let me at
too.
him.
Yeah, the
Why
whole
not?
point. Yeah, the whole point was that Julius was like, "Well, we didn't find the guy we're looking for, so we need some
Nope,
information."
100%. You caught the goblin. You caught a goblin.
Oh, let Moonstone at him. He needs to blow off some steam.
So now we're doing decently
think
well.
you
Now we
need
have
to
3
blow off some
possible
street.
leads because we got Sickle might know where he went. We got the possibly dead goblin in the tent and the goblin under.
Yes, you
Julius.
have the
And
goblin in
I
the
can
tent.
speak goblin. Thank goodness I chose that over giant.
It's,
Which
well,
means there's only one person that can interrogate him.
congrats.
They can speak common, or some of them. I guess.
Some of them do.
Some of them do, most of them didn't.
Yeah, if anything, just if he does try to, shit talk in goblin or something, he can pretend like he doesn't know, and then just kind of catch.
Yeah.
Could I? By
With
the way,
every go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, just for future reference, is it possible to make an anti-venom or an antidote with alchemy supplies?
Yes, it is.
I can always help you with that too. Just by the way.
I would appreciate that.
You just need some poison to base it off of, and then you can just kind of like a basic venom. I believe that's the name of the PHB, right?
Yeah.
I'll just say, yeah, the main ingredient is you just need a poison to kind of base it off of. That's it.
Guys, I'm so happy. Look at this little trail of dead bodies I left.
Yeah,
Dude, you were so worried
that
about.
that wasn't the greatest way to start that combat encounter. There were definitely a couple better ways, but Sickle on your side was always going to be a
fucking
huge.
good job, Heath. Fuck yeah, dude.
No, that was
Nicely
a
done.
very good call, and you got some really nice rolls with persuasions and those kind of things.
If we
Yes.
honestly, if you just didn't go to the last tent, Zaku, I
It
could
was
have got us towards the rest
unfortunately
of the
agreed.
party. I was gonna walk him slowly towards
It
away from them.
happens. It
I
happens.
I
Regret
had
To be
taken.
fair, that was the plan. Gallo was supposed to search the tents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and unfortunately,
As far
because
as I knew. Yeah.
well, that's it. But and there was no
I gotta
way to
get-
communicate.
Oh
Yeah.
god, I can't wait till we hit the higher levels when I can actually get decent spells.
Speaking of, I'm gonna give this one a. You all will level up to level 4.
Oh, thank God! Woo!
Wait,
Fuck
when?
yeah!
When? What now? Yes,
Now.
no, maybe. Oh!
Oh,
Also, during that whole battle with everyone getting low and the fact that I'm basically the healer, me as a player was so angry that I used all melee on hands, but I knew that as a character he would do that.
you do realize I have healing
We-
too, right?
Well, yeah, but you used all yours up at the end too. We
Yeah.
used all your spells. We are so lucky nobody went down. We had no way to bring anybody back up if someone went down.